Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Lodz for round 7 of the World Speedway Championship. We are building up nicely for round 7. As I say, this is our first visit to this particular venue, and quite a venue it is. We have had the track covers on throughout the afternoon with no qualifying earlier on today. Oliver Allen alongside me as always, and Ollie, I must say, looking down on the track, it looks absolutely in mint condition.
Yeah, it really does. We had a little look at it earlier in the day before the covers went on, and like you say, fantastic condition. The overnight rain has added a bit of grip to the surface, and it looks tip-top.
Michael Jepsen-Jensen, as with the other riders, there's Patrick Dudek just in front of him. Both those two boys looking for big results. We are now in the heart of the campaign, 4 rounds, including tonight, to go. And Dudek, the European champion, defending that to this year in 2026. But some big Grand Prix coming up for you in the very near future, including tonight. But let's have a look back on just 3 weeks ago when in Melilla, Anders Thompson coming in as a injury replacement ride. He picked up valuable points through the evening. Started off with a win, Ollie, but then just dipped away with a couple of third places and had to work hard for his points.
He really did, and the shock of it all was that he did his best work from the outside gates at the end of the meeting, which had really gone off and weren't producing good results at all, but he came up with that in the LCQ and the final.
This was a very important ride in heat number 16. He picked up a win that moved him on to 8 points, and as a consequence he was able to go through to the LCQ. He had to work very hard. He actually failed to score in his last qualifying ride, but winning through in the LCQ, which was terrific, and that was the win from gate number 3, which was a bit of a surprise. Gate number 4 in the final. You've got to remember, Robert Lambert was unbeaten coming into the final. Smarslick and Lambert looking for each other coming off the first corner, and Anders Thompson ripped around the outside to charge to his second Grand Prix win of since he won in Gorzów. And we then saw some extraordinary celebrating scenes. Anders clearly absolutely chuffed to bits with his performance, and rightly so, moving on to 50 World Championship points. And it's now what has become a tradition with Anders Thompson celebrating in some style. What a Grand Prix, and what a win from the man from Denmark. Fabulous. So building up, he's back here tonight. And here's the positions as we come into round number 7. 5-point lead for Bartosz Smarslick, who got the better of Brady Kurtz once again in the final 3 weeks ago. Robert Lambert having a smashing time. He's had 2 second places. He won the Grand Prix Challenge last weekend in Italy, so he's confirmed as a Grand Prix rider for next season. Michael Jepsen-Jensen in 4th place. Didn't have a great Grand Prix. He's looking to bounce back tonight. Here's the Triple Crown standings. This is the second round here this evening. The first round was in Wrocław, of course. Brady Kurtz leads the way. These are points scored in the 5 qualifying races in the first 20 races of the evening, and we will keep you abreast of that as we go through tonight's Grand Prix. As I say, we are set fair, and it's looking good out there now. We're into the second half of the campaign. We started, of course, back in May, early May in Landshut, but we are now on to this brand new venue for Grand Prix here in Lodz. Central, pretty central in Poland. It's been red hot. I mean, crikey, it's been no surprise that we had quite a... no surprise that we had a little bit of a thunderstorm, but here's the scenes in Lodz a little earlier on today, and plenty of enthusiasm for motorcycling in this particular part of the world. Looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it looks very good. It was nice of you to bring your orange bike along there and drop it in the town centre for everyone to take photos of. Fantastic. But yeah, great scenes today. Terrific stuff, and Lodz is the 4th largest city in Poland. It's a little bit off the beaten track, and as I say, the Grand Prix Circus is this is the first visit here, and there's plenty of excitement, and everybody is very much looking forward to it. And there we pan down away from the town. We had a bit of a look out here, and we went out and ventured into the town last night. We went into an area called Manufacture, and I must say it was a really pleasant surprise. It was, yeah, lovely city to visit. It's my first time here, and like you say, we wandered into town, enjoyed a local beverage or two, and yeah, lovely place, lovely town. So the parade makes its way out of town. Unfortunately, nobody's leaving town for Speedway. Everybody's making their way into this motor arena Lodz here for this evening's Grand Prix. Filling up nicely. capacity just over 10,000. It'll be absolutely rammed. Riders had a bit of a break in Poland and Sweden. They've had like a mini summer break. Some of these guys haven't ridden for a couple of weeks, which is quite unusual at this time of year. And Leon Madsen in particular certainly feels he's a little bit rusty coming into tonight's Grand Prix. But no qualifying, no sprint race earlier on today, so mechanics have had a slightly more relaxing day as we build up to the first races here this evening. And they would be slightly grateful for that because it has been particularly warm. And so they've had a nice relaxing day. So, okay, there's the boys getting ready for the Grand Prix. But a little bit earlier on, Emma Jones caught up with the world champion Bartosz Marszlik.
We are at the Motor Arena here in Łódź, who are hosting their very first Speedway GP. And I'm about to chat to the man who arrives here in Łódź 5 points clear of Brady Kurtz in second place in the GP Championship. The only man that has made every single final so far and who managed to get his first win in Wrocław. Bartek, you always find a way, don't you?
Yeah, I'm happy and proud about this, but I don't too much look for the result now. I'm waiting for the last meeting and in Torino, and this is for me my plan, full focus with my team for make the amazing job for the rest season.
So in terms of looking at where you're at so far this season, do you try and not look at the points and not look at who's behind you? Do you just focus on what you're doing?
I'm full focus for what I'm doing. I nothing much, I only can. I have the 6 titles. I'm all the time hungry, but I'm lovely right on the bike, and this is my job. And points is important, but the most important how the field after meeting.
In terms of preparation, you've obviously experienced Wrocław already this season. We all know what happened there in terms of the weather. The forecast is looking quite ominous for this evening. How does that change your preparations, Bartek?
More time for the rest, and I've been on the city and eat the good lunch, and now again come back to box and start a little bit preparing for the meeting.
Thanks, Bartek. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, here we are. Quick look at the Łódź Motor Arena Stadium here. Opened in 2018, 321 metres. It's based on the track at Torun. 2.5% banking down the straight. It actually looks more than that. It's really, it is quite banked indeed, and 5.5% on the corners will create good racing. Apparently it's similar racing lines to Torun. You'll see riders enter the corner quite tight and then run up wide and pick the dirt coming off the corners. Excellent racetrack. All of the riders here are pleased that we've got a GP here. 16.5 metres wide in the corners. That's a decent width, and yeah, it's looking forward to a good night here. And now we go down to the pits with Kelvin and Emma.
Ordinarily, at this point, Kelvin, you and I would be walking the track. But as it stands right now, at the time of recording, it is covered. From your point of view, having seen what happened in Wrocław, is it a good thing that it's covered to try and preserve the racing?
Not an easy decision because they're relying on the forecast and the rain hasn't actually come. So, you know, we've cancelled the qualifying. There's no sprint race today, so that is a little bit disappointing, but I understand the caution, I really do, because what we witnessed in Wrocław was extraordinary, and quite clearly there's some nervousness about that. They don't want that to happen again, and I don't think if we had the sort of rain that we saw there, the meeting would go ahead. So ultimately we need a Grand Prix tonight, and that's the driving force behind having the covers on now.
From the riders' perspective, Kelvin,
yeah,
how does that change things for them, the fact that there was no qualifying and that obviously we don't know 100% what time or if it will go ahead depending on the weather?
Yeah, it throws it open. It could be a slight leveller in lots of regard. You know, most of the riders in the pits know this track, but we had a lot of rain overnight. When I walked on it before the covers went on, there's no question that this track is softer and potentially different, and bike setup will be something that will be a challenge. There will, when they go and do a track walk, then they need to be really savvy with it.
It's your first time here in Łódź. Obviously, we've not been able to see the track properly in action today, but what have you made of the facilities here, Kelvin?
I love it. I think that it's a modern-day stadium. It's based upon Torun, which is a fabulous facility itself, and I see no reason why we won't be in for a thrilling Grand Prix.
I'm looking forward to it. Back to you, Ollie.
Thank you very much, Emma. Good to hear from her and Kelvin and their views on the lack of practice today and how that will affect the riders. Can see now the riders out on the centre green getting ready for the parade and introduction of the riders.
Indeed. And not too much longer to go before, and we're bang on time. I must say that the way the covers were removed, absolutely fabulous. And the first rider coming forward now with the number 18 on his back is Simon Slauterbach, and the 26-year-old who rides for Łódź in the second tier of Polish Speedway comes forward, and I'm sure he's excited about the opportunity of a ride tonight.
Yeah, next up, number 17, Marcin Nowak, another Łódź rider. 30 years old, former Glasgow rider as well, so familiar to the UK fans.
Indeed. Now the wild card, we haven't seen Piotr Pawlicki in the Grand Prix big time for some considerable time, right back in 2017. And this guy knows how to race, and I'm excited to see him here this evening, and he'll be putting his best foot forward. I'm sure this is a really good opportunity for him.
Next up is the German Kai Hülkenbach, in for the injured Jack Holder. Took a nasty knock in the Grand Prix Challenge just last week, but he's back, and I'm sure he'll be looking for a positive night tonight.
Yeah, let's hope so. He hasn't had a great run. Now, this man, the under-21 world champion, SGP2 world champion, has found Grand Prix tough. There's no doubt about that. You have to feel for him a little bit. It is a huge step up, but here in Poland, maybe an opportunity for him to score some proper points here tonight.
Yeah, and another man here who'll be wanting some proper points is Dominic Kubera. Struggled so far this year, had that collarbone injury, struggled in the Grand Prix Challenge as well, but here in his home country, he'll be looking to get some good points on the board.
Yeah, he's in a vulnerable position, no doubt about that, Kubera. Jan Kvek, who's been an injury replacement over the last few Grand Prix and has gained in confidence in each round. And Jan Kvek, I could see him going to the latter stages once again here tonight.
Next up, number 69, Jason Doyle, hard as nails, tough competitor, but he's been in the wars of late, had a few knocks, few injuries, and he's missed a few meetings here and there, and he'll want a good night tonight.
He needs one.
He does.
Outside the top 7, and Andrei Lebedevs, who I chatted to earlier on, hasn't had the season that he had last year. He is 10 points out of the top 7. And he's looking for a really good campaign. We've got back-to-back Grand Prix, and Lebedev's looking for some really big points.
Next up, Anders Thompson, obviously winner of the Melilla Grand Prix. He's told me he's in shape, he's been working hard, ready to take his kit off again.
Yeah, he's been sunbathing down in Corfu. Now, Patrick Dudek is the reigning European champion. He's defending that this year, but he hasn't had the start to the campaign he would have liked. And with the injuries and wildcards possibly all taken, Dudek is under a touch of pressure and needs a really good finish to the campaign.
Next up, Max Frick. He's won a Grand Prix this year, but he's been very inconsistent. He's just outside that top 7, and he needs some points on the board tonight to secure his place.
Indeed he does. Leon Madsen, actually, you could say very similar scenario for the Danish rider as well. Won second round, last in the first round, but he has been like a yo-yo, in and out of form throughout. Hasn't ridden for a few weeks, says he's a bit rusty, but he needs, like Max Frick, a big performance here tonight.
Here comes Mr. Entertainment, Casper Verina. Started the Grand Prix year very strongly indeed, but has dipped off since. Qualified, though, for next year through the Grand Prix Challenge. So will that relieve the pressure on him, and he can, you know, produce some magic again?
Quite possibly. Magic, I like that. And now, Lepsen Jensen, now he had a disappointing Grand Prix in Melilla 3 weeks ago. Just inexplicable, just 5 points scored. He's in 4th place in the World Championship. I'm expecting a big performance from him tonight.
Yeah, and we see Robert Lambert, 5:05, on good form at the moment. Couple of second places, won the Grand Prix Challenge, and he's really looking to push on and catch those top 2.
Yeah, a win can't be too far away now. This man rode here, of course, previously, knows this place well. Brady Kurtz just dropped some points in the last round to Bartosz Marslik. I'm expecting a huge performance from the Australian here tonight.
And finally, it's the gold race jacket holder, Bartosz Marslik, current world champion. He's amazing, isn't he? Has made every final this year. Can anyone stop him?
Well, his consistency has been very impressive indeed, and hence that's why he leads the championship. The 18 competitors for round number 7 here in Łódź, the Motor Arena. And it's terrific that we are bang on time for the start. Let's just pause momentarily, and we will listen to the national anthem of Poland.
Eurovision Junior participant and representative, Marianna, was huge round of applause for her. Please stand up. Proszę powstanie, następnie oddamy hołd naszemu hymnowi. Marianna.
Jeszcze Polska nie zginęła, kiedy my żyjemy. Co nam obca przemoc wzięła, szablą odbierzemy. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączymy się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączymy się z narodem. Przejdziem Wisłę, przejdziem Wartę, będziem Polakami. Dał nam przykład Bonaparte, jak zwyciężać mamy. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączymy się z narodem. Marsz, marsz Dąbrowski, z ziemi włoskiej do Polski. Za twoim przewodem złączymy się z narodem.
Well, that was fabulous. And 14 years of age. I didn't quite catch her name, but that was lovely, the way that with so much confidence she was able to sing the national anthem. And so congratulations with that performance. Just a family photograph for all the riders now before they disappear back into the bowels of the pit area. Ordinarily, for league racing, the pits are actually out in the stadium where all the flags are on the back straight. You'll notice that. Pits for the league racing, that's where the boys park their bikes, but for Grand Prix, it's actually out the back, so we can't quite see it. But spectacular scenes as we build up for the first race here in a brand new venue for round number 7 in the Motor Arena Łódź. And the stadium is heaving, absolutely packed to the rafters, a fabulous atmosphere. And fortunately here in the commentary box it's nice and cool because we have air conditioning, but outside it's still pretty muggy. But the rain has moved on through, and the track looks really good indeed. So there's the draw for tonight's Grand Prix with Leon Madsen, Bartosz Marslik, Anders Thompson, Nazar Panitsky, Robert Lambert, Lebedevs, Pavlicki and Max Frick, Jason Doyle, Michael Jepsen-Jensen, Ket Jankovic, Dominic Kubera, Patrick Dudek, Kai Hülkenberg, Casper Verina and Brady Kurtz comes out in heat number 4. So we haven't got long to wait for the championship leader to see him in action. He is out in the very first race of the evening, coming out of gate number 2. Just to reiterate, he has a 5-point lead over Brady Kurtz as a consequence to getting the better of him in the last round, round number 6 in Manila. Not too much longer to go before we are underway. So I must say, actually, the tyre packing they did, just rolling the track a touch before they put the covers down. I must say, looking down here from the commentary position, it looks absolutely super. Okay, while we've got just a few moments, let's get some more reaction. Emma joined Piotr Pawlicki earlier.
I'm joined by tonight's wild card here in Łódź, Piotr Pawlicki. It's lovely to have you here, and for you, it's been a while, hasn't it, since you've done a GP? How excited are you?
I'm very happy to start today. I'm very happy I have wild card for today competition. A long time I don't race in GP, so yeah, we see what's happened tonight.
You come here, you must be quite confident because you're doing very well league-wise, aren't you?
I won all the time better race, so yeah, last month was hard for me. Much changes now is weather, so my engine working little different, but we spend many times on the practice, and I hope we have good speed today and we have good result tonight.
How does preparation for a GP event differ from preparation for a league event?
It's everything different, yeah. It's individual competition, so yeah, when we race in Poland, we know the track. We race more time, many times in Poland. So yeah, but the liver is the same hard. So we see.
Very exciting. We've got to talk about the weather as well, which means that qualifying was cancelled. How do you feel about that? Because obviously it's ordinarily an opportunity to get out there on the track ahead of the event.
Oh, it doesn't matter for me. I'm raced before in Łódź this year many times, so I know this track. I know in GP track the material is little different, and we see what's happened because some rain is coming. So when we have option to go check the track, we see how it's track, and we try find a good setup from first heat, and yeah.
Thank you very much. Best of luck, Piotr.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks very much, Emma. Riders are out on for the first race of the evening, doing 1 or 2. Bartosz Smarzlik, the World Championship, first 4 races here. Madsen, Smarzlik, Thompson, Panitsky, heat number 1. Lambert, Pawlicki, Lebedevs, Max Frick, heat number 2. Jensen, Kvek, Doyle, Kubera, heat number 3. And Verena, Hülkenberg, Kurtz and Dudek out in heat number 4. Riders are on track for the first race of the evening. Track looks a picture. World champion had a couple of bikes out, did a couple of practice starts and has chosen his bike. He's out of gate number 2. Inside gates are favourable here at this track. The league racing stats would lean towards that. It isn't a particularly long run to the first corner. And the outside starts can be a challenge. Madsen on the inside in red. Smarzlik out of gate number 2 in blue. Anders Thompson, a winner 3 weeks ago. Gate 3 in white. Nazar Panitsky, the SGP2 world champion, will start from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go, round number 7 in the motor arena here in Łódź. We're racing. Madsen's made a lovely start. He fires himself to the front. Here comes Thompson coming round the outside. Thompson coming round the outside, and he gets the better of everybody. And that fall for Manila, absolutely clinical move from Anders Thompson. He said he was in great shape after going to Corfu for a couple of weeks. And by golly, he's looking terrific out in front. Madsen in second, Smarzlik working overtime in third.
Yeah, he's indeed. Smarzlik putting Leon Madsen under plenty of pressure. But it's Madsen who made a great start for gate 1. Anders Thompson, our Manila winner, swept round the outside, and he looks good out in front. They might run a little bit wider than the others at the moment. But currently, the world champion back in 3rd place.
Jack's riding pretty slick, and Bartosz Smarslik won't be happy with the way the bike's behaving. He can't really make too much ground. Anders Thompson with all that room around the outside. Beautiful move on the first turn, and Thompson won the final 3 weeks ago. Wins the opening race here in round number 7 in Łódź. He's in the form of his life, riding out of his skin. Leon Madsen back in second place, and Smarslik just couldn't make an inch there in heat number 1 with Panitsky at the back. But Anders Thompson, well, that is an encouraging start for him. So he picks up the 3 points in heat number 1, 2 points for Leon Madsen, 1 point for the world champion back in 3rd place, and Nazar Panitsky missed out in the first race of the night. This was all about the first corner. Smarslik, when you see the start again, Ollie, I reckon he missed it. I don't think he dropped the clutch bang on, but Leon Madsen did, head on, not easy to see.
Yeah, Leon Madsen made a great jump, bike hooked up all the way to the first bend, but keep your eye on Anders Thompson, lets the bike run around the first bend. Looking at the track conditions, it's definitely slicker than I thought it was going to be, yes. And I think the riders were caught out too. If you look at Smarslik, his bike is spinning a lot. He's struggling to get the bike straight off the corners, and there's a slow-mo of Anders Thompson out in front. Great ride for him, continuing that hot form from Melilla. He'll be really pleased with that, and Gate 3, Heat 1, not an easy place to win from.
No, I have to agree with that. And Anders Thompson on a pretty slick track, as you say. It was difficult to really weigh it up. Looking at it, it looked like it might be quite grippy, but in heat number 1, it looked like it was fairly slick. And Anders Thompson had the bike working spot on and fired himself to the front. So riders up at tapes for the second race of the evening, and building up quite nicely. See Robert Lambert, 5:05. What a meeting out. 15-point maximum. Just missed out the final 3 weeks ago. Can he win tonight? Lambert off the inside in red. Pavlicki coming out of gate number 2 in blue. Lebedev's out of gate 3 in white. And Max Frick off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Not a great place to start from the outside. Got to believe that Lambert is in the box seat. We saw Leon Madsen make it. Where is he going to go in the first corner? Green light's on, takes her up, and we're racing. Charge for the first turn. Lambert gets there. Here comes Lebedev. Out of gate number 3, he's done it again. That's a brilliant move. Here comes Frick as well. Roaring round the outside. The Australian diving in deep into turns 3 and 4. Lebedev's trying to protect his lead. 3 abreast as we start the second lap. Frick just about got his nose in front. Lambert coming into the picture. So, he's gone from 2nd to 3rd. But Max Frick, that was a stunning move on the opening lap. He holds sway, but we have got a race on here.
Yeah, big battle for second place at the moment between Lambert and Lebedev. Look at Lambert, front wheel over the curve. He's doing it particularly well on turns 3 and 4. Let's see if he tries it again. Go, not quite that time, but it's Max Frick out in front. Swept around the outside of everyone on the first bend. Now stretching his lead. Here goes Lambert again, front wheel on the curve. Pulls a bit of a locker though and loses some ground.
Max Frick with a stunning move early doors. Heat number 2, the Australian who was a winner earlier this year in Manchester, gets his evening off to a flying start. Lovely ride. I thought that Lebedev's had that lead down the back straight, but he did momentarily. But Max Frick was able to find the speed, find the grip, and he got himself to the front. And Lebedev's, I'll tell you what, it looks a bit chaotic with riders coming out on the track. Well, I don't think that's quite right, but 3 points from Max Frick. Lovely ride from him. Lebedev's in 2nd place, 2 points. Robert Lambert back in 3rd, and the wild card, Piotr Pawlicki, actually tailed off in 4th, and that's a little bit concerning. Quite possibly needs a tweak or 2 to the setup, but for Max Frick, the ideal start.
Yeah, keep your eyes on the start here. It's Lambert that makes it from gate 1, but he elects to stay low on the first bend. That turned out to be a mistake because Lebedev just sweeps around the outside of him, and then Frick does the same to everyone. You can see him with his back wheel just on that sort of dusty, heavier part of the track there. I don't think it's particularly grippy, like I said after the first race, and I think all of the riders have been caught out by that. Here's where Lambert dives up the inside of Lebedev. Can't quite make it stick. Had a good line round turns 3 and 4, front wheel over the curve, but just the bike wasn't hooking up enough. But there's Max Frick, great start for the Australian.
Yep, super ride from Max Frick. As I say, he won round 3 earlier this year in the double-header in Manchester, a track he knows very well. And an ideal start. He'll be pleased with that. Didn't have a particularly good outing in Melilla 3 weeks ago. Inconsistency, but that's more like it from the Australian. They'll be pleased to get off to a flying start. Heat number 3 riders are at tapes, building up. We see Michael Jepsen-Jensen, another rider looking to bounce back after a disappointing Grand Prix in round number 6. Don't know where that came from. I was expecting him to be in the final. Only scored 5 points in the end, but he's off the inside gate in the red helmet colour here. Jankovic, gate number 2 in blue. Doyle out of gate 3 in white. Dominic Kubera, who hasn't had the season he was looking for, goes from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Heat number 3 here in Łódź, the Motor Arena. Long pause, great start from Quebec. Quebec should get there, fires himself to the front. Perfect first corner for Quebec. Bike worked beautifully. Here comes Doyle round the outside into second place. Michael Jepsen-Jensen hugging the inside. It's going to shortage. Oh my goodness! Fabulous move and brilliant motorcycle skills from Michael Jepsen-Jensen. He nearly ran into Jason Doyle. Is he going to go back to the back? But Quebec's away, but there's terrific action behind him.
Yeah, it really is. Michael Jepsen-Jensen forced his way up the inside, then lifted as he came onto the home straight. He's done it again. Now Kubera switches back to the inside and almost goes under 2 of them. Almost hits Doyle. Now Jepsen-Jensen switches back and goes up the inside.
Wow.
Doyle currently in second, but a huge battle at the back between Jepsen-Jensen and Kubera.
Well, Jan Quebec is having a dream ride in front. He's comfortable. He's missing all the fireworks behind him. Jason Doyle is coming under immense pressure now with 1 corner to go. He closes the door. Kubera is coming around the outside. Michael Jepsen-Jensen trying to protect it. And he doesn't. He loses out. He was caught in no man's land coming off the last corner, Michael Jepsen-Jensen, and as a consequence, he missed out on the points altogether. A frustrating result for the Danish rider, but for Jan Quebec, again, an injury replacement ride coming in. Chaos as we come out, with riders coming out and riders trying to make their way back in. Not sure that's ideal. Jan Quebec, lovely ride from him. He was a class apart there. 3 points, 2 points for Doyle, but under massive pressure. Kubera finally gets the 3rd place, 1 point for him. And Michael Jepsen-Jensen, as hard as he tried, failed to score. And he did deserve something there at 1 point.
He did. Keep your eye on Quebec here. Blue helmet colour makes a great start from 2. And he's the first rider from the inside gates we've seen let it run wide on the first bend. And that worked a treat. He stopped everyone's run and then started to build some momentum and speed, and from then on he stretched away. But the big battle here is keep your eye on Jepsen-Jensen going around the curve, and then on the back wheel, gut the inside of Kubera, then has a look up the inside of Doyle. This is where Kubera switches back and pushes up the inside of Jensen, who will then cut back again, and once again goes onto the back wheel. But Jepsen-Jensen had plenty of speed, but just couldn't really make any move stick. But great ride for Jan Quebec.
Yeah, untroubled out in front, the man from the Czech Republic, and clearly delighted with the way his evening started. All sorts up very nicely. The tapes are up and we're roaring into the first turn. Casper Marina, where's he going? Oh my goodness gracious me. He took care of Brady Kurtz. He allowed the door wide open. My goodness, that is exciting down the back straight, with Patrick Dudek taking full advantage of Casper Marina, just literally taking care of Brady Kurtz in the first turn. Kurtz has responded. He's coming up the inside. He's going to get the drive. He's going to close the door, but Marina again charges to the front, but Dudek out in front leads the way, with Kurtz coming up the inside again. Oh my goodness, that's close. Very close indeed.
Yeah, really close. Casper Marina using every inch of this track here. Dudek out front now. That looks to have settled. Now Marina dives up the inside of him. Wow, Dudek leaves the door wide open. Now comes Brady Kurtz. He looks faster than Marina. He's gone wide on turns 1 and 2. He's going to look to turn back and make a long straight if he can. Dudek out.
Oh, Brady Kurtz had to scrabble his speed off with the mistake from Casper Marina as they went down the back straight. I think it's on 2nd place. What a race. You couldn't take your eyes off of it. Dudek was, well, he took the opportunity in the first corner and has benefited, and he picks up the 3 points. Kurtz won't be best pleased with Marina, because Marina, as you say, was everywhere. But he lifted at an inopportune moment coming out of turn number 2 in the last lap. Kurtz then dived into turn 3, had to put the brakes on big time. And how he avoided him, I don't quite know. But some race to conclude the first block of races. Yeah, that's quite exciting stuff here in Łódź. Brilliant stuff. 3 points for Dudek, 2 points for... Really? Verena got second place. Wow, I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah.
Brady Kurtz in third place, and Kai Hülkenberg, the German, missed out in heat number 4. What a heat number 4 it was. Dudek again misses all the fireworks. Verena very much in the thick of the action throughout the 4 laps with the battle with Brady Kurtz. Well, there we are. Not a lot in it. So close indeed, and that just confirmed it. Actually, as they went over the line, it did look like 101. Kurtz got second place, but it wasn't to be.
The first bend there, Casper Vereena's got one thing on his mind, and that is there is absolutely no way anyone's going around the outside of him. And he takes Brady Kurtz so wide. That allows Dudek to cut back and take advantage of that and take the lead. Keep your eye on Kurtz here in white. He's out of the picture. Here he comes. Dives up the inside. Verena holds on to it. Verena is everywhere. Kurtz couldn't read what he was going to do, inside, outside. He had no way to predict what he was going to do next. No one here could. And this is the run to the finish line. And you can see Brady Kurtz gives him a look over his shoulder. He's not. He wouldn't be happy with the behaviour in that race of Casper Verena.
Understandable as well.
Yeah.
Verena was a little bit unpredictable and hairy, but Patrick Dudek, while Verena was pushing Kurtz wide in the first corner, Patrick Dudek was able to exploit the door that was wide open as he come off turn 2, and the European champion gets his evening off to a winning start. So yeah, already we have witnessed some really exciting speedway. So the fastest winning time, and that isn't a surprise. Jankovic did look very impressive indeed in heat number 3. Max Frick there in second place. Top speed is from Anders Thompson, looking good. 113 kilometers an hour. Dominic Kubera, Jankovic, Doyle, Lambert, Schmarslik, Vanitsky and Lebedevs, the top 8 best times. And the furthest distance is Robert Lambert, searching for a way through at times, and so on down. We'll keep you abreast of how far they go throughout the evening. And we will also keep you abreast, of course, of the gate stats, where the races are being won from as we go through the evening. Big crowd in, great atmosphere. And there was, without doubt, there was plenty of action going on, and particularly in heat number 4. But this track with very definitive different lines. You can go up high. You saw Kurtz and Michael Jepsen-Jensen using the real tight inside line. And there's no doubt that it was something to behold. So the Triple Crown, this is the second round of the Triple Crown, which is something new, which Monster Energy have introduced for 2026. Thompson now leads the way after the first block of races on 14 points from Brady Kurtz. Lebedev's in third place. We will, each time we finish a block of races, we will keep you updated to the positions in the Triple Crown here this evening. Patrick Dudek, who's been out of form for some considerable time, looking good so far tonight.
Yeah, great start from Dudek. Lambert almost got round him on the first bend. You can tell with the track work that's taken place, it was just a little bit too slick on that mid part of the track. Dudek now just inching away from Robert Lambert. Doyle at the back coming under a little bit of pressure now from Leon Madsen. But yeah, great start to the night for Patrick Dudek.
Yeah, out of gate number 1, hit the front. Doyle, Lambert was right there, but just a little bit slippery. A bit of water's gone down and just wasn't able to find the grip to power by. But Dudek, 2 out of 2, and moving on to 6 points. Pretty much is almost an LCQ already after 2 rides, and Dudek riding the Ashtec engines here this evening is looking good and has had a terrific start to round number 7. 3 points for Dudek out in front. Lambert with a solid second place, 2 points. 1 point for Doyle in third, and Leon Madsen missed out in heat number 5. But for Dudek, pretty untroubled out in front here.
Yeah, it's Lambert and Dudek. Well, Dudek makes the best start, but Lambert joins him on the first bend, and at this point here it looks like he might just creep round the outside, but there just wasn't the traction available on the middle of sort of turns 3 and 4 there. You can see Lambert turns the bike really hard just because there's no grip there really to allow him to continue that run. But Patrick Dudek looking really good out in front. Sensible first corner, sensible first lap, and showing plenty of speed. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, had such a really good campaign in 2025, but hasn't replicated that so far in 2026. He's outside the top 7, and he's in the European Championship. Wild cards are going to be slim pickings this year with the injury issues to some of the top boys. Dudek needs to finish in the top 7, you would suggest. Heat number 6 is with us. And they're at the lineup. Lineup is Hülkenberg on the inside in red. Michael Jepsen-Jensen looking for his first points of the night. Gate 2 in blue. Schmarzlik out of gate 3 in white. And off the outside is Andrei Lebedev's in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go then, heat number 6. Revs are up, tapes are up now, clutches out. Michael Jepsen-Jensen and Hülkenberg close together as they enter the first turn. Jepsen-Jensen up high and wide, should hit the front down the back straight. My goodness gracious me, Lebedev's has literally hustled his way past the world champion who's at the back, who hasn't got it working very well at all, and Schmarzlik inexplicably can't get the bike hooked up at all. Michael Jepsen-Jensen out high and wide looking good, and Lebedev's giving chase in second.
Yeah, Michael Jepsen-Jensen bouncing back from a poor first ride, looking good out in front, but really all the action on the first lap was from Lebedev's, the Latvian rider, creeping his way through the pack into second place, coming under a little bit of pressure now from Hülkenberg. But the big story here is the reigning world champion Schmarzlik at the back is absolutely nowhere. I've never seen him struggle for speed like this.
Bike not working at all, hasn't hooked up and it's been dropped, and that is very unusual. Just seems to be no speed or just too much power and spinning up big time. But Michael Jepsen-Jensen, after failing to score first time, what a bounce back that is. Terrifically impressive. Andrei Lebedev's in the thick of the action as well. Good ride from the Danish rider who's made several finals already this year, in 4th in the championship on his return to Grand Prix 14 years ago. He won in Voyens 2012. Will he win again in 2026? 3 points for Jepsen-Jensen, 2 points for Lebedev's, second place for him. Kai Hülkenberg in third, 1 point. And remarkably and surprisingly, Bartosz Schmarzlik misses out in heat number 6.
You see the start. It's Hülkenberg on gate 1, but it's Jepsen-Jensen in the blue helmet colour that will emerge as a leader. Bike lifts hard all the way to the first bend. He's certainly got that Peter Johns motor of his hooking up, getting plenty of traction. And we saw him pick up a few times throughout the race. There's Lebedev's in the yellow helmet. Watch him muscle his way around the outside of Kai Hülkenberg. He's a tough rider, Lebedev's, doesn't give an inch. Very, very brave, very strong. There's Michael Jepsen. It's a very upright style, gets the bike on the top of the tyre in the middle of the corner, and that suits these conditions. When it's slick like that, maximum traction.
Yes, I have to agree with that, and could pay dividends, and a good way to bounce back after a disappointing opening ride. Riders are at tapes, and we're ready to go for heat number 7. We've got Jankovic on the inside, Kasper Verina gate number 2 in blue, Pavlicki, Piotr Pavlicki out of gate 3 in white, looking for his first points, and Anders Thompson, a race winner first time out, off the outside. A couple of race winners here. Verina picked up second place. Good looking race. Here we go. Charging into the first turn. Quebec again. Bike working beautifully. He hits the front. Somebody's gone down. And red lights are on. So, right, it looks like the rider in white, Pavlicki, the wild card, has had a nudge in the first turn. We'll have to see exactly what went on in the first corner, just to see if it's going to be all 4 back.
Mr. Verina gave him a little nudge, a little helping hand.
Yeah, he's never far away from some controls. He is indeed.
Yeah. As soon as he missed the jump, I thought, yep, he's going to throw himself in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to see Pavlicki getting up. Round of applause from the crowd there as he gets to his feet. Possibly be on the second one for the restart. Pavlicki there, still on his knees on the track.
We'll fall back, so referee's made his decision. No exclusions.
Yeah, right decision, I think.
So Kasper Verina is very much in the thick of the action. He had quite a tussle with Brady Kurtz first time. Piotr Pavlicki on his return, he said he was happy about coming back to Grand Prix. Hasn't gone his way so far. Just a reminder that at the end of the month, on the 29th of August, there are still tickets available for the Speedway World Cup in the PGE Narodowy Stadium in Warsaw. Will be a wonderful night of Speedway. The World Cup is back. Poland are the holders. They are the hosts as well. Don't miss it. And if you fancy going along in that great stadium, there's no doubt a meeting not to be missed. And of course also you can get all the insight and a lot of information about what these boys get up to away from the track on our 2026 podcast, Chat SGP. Get involved with that as well. So just a small delay here. Pavlicki taking his time, having a little bit of attention. Phil Morris, the race director, just taking his having a chat with Pavlicki. Didn't look too serious when he went down, but maybe he's just giving himself a bit of a clout.
Looked like he was getting some treatment to his left arm there, possibly taking a little bit of skin off. That'll stick to the bed sheets tonight. That remind him of the Grand Prix he's just ridden in. There he is. Yeah, you can see he's got a bandage on his elbow there. Sometimes it's a bit of a tactic by the riders to lay down for a little bit longer than they need to. Allows the mechanics a bit of time to get the bike ready. You can see him there just jumping up and down, shaking the dirt off his Kevlars. Thanking the crowd for their support. I'm sure he'll be fine for the rerun. Arm's been taped up, he's good to go. Mechanics there working on the bike, getting that ready. Like I said, often the riders, after a little knock like that, they may lay down for a little bit longer. There you can see, I think he's got one of the air jackets that the riders wear. That looks like it's been deployed. They go off on impact.
You're right about a little bit of extra time on the bike, because they are actually working hard on the bike. They had the carburettor off. Looked like they were changing the jetting in the carburettor as well. And as Max Frick said, it was a little bit of a hit and miss situation, and there's no question that it's been a big miss for the world champion so far this evening. Completely off the pace, particularly he went worse in his second ride than his first ride. So whatever decisions were made between his first and second ride, I get the feeling they've gone down the wrong road. They're going to have to back up and change it and go in a different direction, or try a second bike, because 1 point from 2 rides, the championship leader under pressure.
Yeah, he is indeed.
So here comes Pavlicki, and the decisions have been made on the bike to try and improve things. A little bit of concern on his face, and understandably so, but he looks like he's more than capable of being part and parcel of the rerun. But Jan Kvek, I must say, his bike is working beautifully. Yeah. And he made a smashing first ride, didn't he? Got away beautifully and hit the front. Has the fastest race-winning time so far this evening. And he was away well off the inside. And I did mention, actually, on the presentation of riders this evening, that Jan Kvek, in recent Grand Prix, is really beginning to look quite confident.
Yeah, he is,
and quite settled. And these guys, with Bewley, Lindgren and Holder out, Kvek, Hülkenberg and Anders Thompson, they really are getting a great opportunity to show their wares at the very highest level. Standings at this point, sorry, Ollie, Dudek unbeaten so far on 6 points.
Yeah, worth noting that Jan Kvek is, I think he's the only rider in the field, no, bar Kai Hülkenberg, that rides in the second division of Polish Speedway. So he will have raced here before, recently. Whether that's an advantage at the moment because the other, there was no practice or there was no qualifying or sprint race that was cancelled. Does that give him an edge? Maybe. So he's been here before. He'll know, he'll have a sort of a base setting for the bike tonight, and often that's a nice way to start. See Pavlicki there with his mechanic just getting ready. I did notice he wears one of the air jackets, so they're replacing the canister in that. So he's pumped up now, he's ready to go. Bike's almost ready. You can see Phil Morris there, just giving them the hurry along. The meeting is running quite quickly tonight, or has been, and I think that's due to the weather surrounding us.
Yeah, I think that they're concerned about the weather coming back in, and hence that we've had riders coming out onto the track just as riders have been exiting it. Did look a bit chaotic in the first 4 races, but does look like they've got 1 or 2 people just guiding riders one way or the other now. We've got the Mexican wave going on while we wait for riders come out for the restart. Anders Thompson is back out here and looking keen to get on with the action. So heat number 7, riders making their way back round. And we wait for the wild card to make his way round. This man is who rides in the UK for the Kings Lynn Stars, rode as a fully fledged rider last year, picking up plenty of opportunities in 2026. because of those injuries to the three riders I mentioned just earlier, and beginning to take full advantage, as did this man. He could do no better than actually winning a Grand Prix. He moved on to 50 points. He's only 5 points outside the top 7, Anders Thompson, and that is quite remarkable, and has started his evening off with a win earlier on, as did this man. Pavlicki's there. He's made it in time with just under 30 seconds to go, so no real drama for him. So here we go then for the restart of heat number 7. Kvek's on the inside in red, Verina gate number 2 in blue. Pavlicki, who's just stalled his bike and then bump started it, he's gate number 3 in white, and Anders Thompson off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Pavlicki needs some points here. The other 3 riders have been looking quite useful in their first opening rides. Here we go. Revs up, takes up now. Kvek's made a lovely start. He's going to get to the front of the first turn. Here comes Pavlicki, chopping back to the inside. Better from him. Down the outside is Kasper Verina, roaring into the turns 3 and 4, carrying a lot of speed indeed. But Jan Kvek looking good out in front. Jan, I tell you what, Verina's done very well. He's charging high and wide again. Pavlicki trying to charge. Oh, close the door, but here comes Verina chasing Kvek.
Yeah, Verina's got plenty of speed on the outside. He's chasing Kvek hard, but was coming under threat from Pavlicki. He seems to have got away from him now. He's got a gap. He's chasing the outside still. Kvek looking good out in front, but I think Verina is faster. Here he goes round the outside on turn 3 and 4, high and wide into that deeper dirt. Is he going to have the speed to do anything about it?
Here he goes, starts up the inside. Brilliant move from Verina. Now Kvek replaces that compliment. It's going to be tied down the back straight. They clash down the back straight. Verina and Kvek as they charge towards the checkered flag out of the last corner, and Kvek hangs on. Every time that man's on track, you cannot take your eyes off the action. Verina pushing the boundaries every time he's on the Speedway bike. But Jan Kvek holds firm and picks up his second win of the evening and remains unbeaten. Another fabulous Speedway race. Jan Kvek, 3 points for him. What a ride it was. Verina back in second place, 2 points. Incredible stuff. Pavlicki picks up his first point in third. And Anders Thompson misses out in heat number 7. Let's see this again. This was really exciting stuff.
Yeah, great start from Kvek and a clever first bend. Just runs around the middle. There's plenty of speed. You see his bike pick up off the first bend. Now keep your eye on Verina in the blue helmet colour. He's going wide round the outside, building his speed up. You can see he's turning so much later than Kvek. He's riding on that darker, deeper part of the track, getting more traction. You can see how wide he is coming off the bend there. He's nearly in the airbag. That's when he cuts back. He dives up the inside of Kvek, but he goes into the corner so narrow and so fast, he can't hold the line. And this is where they clash going into the last bend. Yeah, incredibly brave by Verina to hold his ground. But fair play to Kvek. He didn't give an inch, did he?
No, he stood firm and showed great resolve and picked up his second win of the evening. 2 unbeaten riders so far, and Dudek and Jan Kvek. Wouldn't have expected that, but nonetheless they have fully deserved their points so far. Heat number 8, the lineup for you is Panitsky on the inside in red, Max Frick gate number 2 in blue, Dominic Cabrera gate 3 in white, Brady Kurtz off the outside looking for his first win of the evening in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go, takes her up. We're roaring into the first turn, and Frick's made a lovely start out of gate 2. He runs up the banking, 3/4 way up the banking. They're trying to come at him. Look at Kurtz up the inside. That was a brilliant move back up the inside for Brady Kurtz to charge into second place. We've got an Australian 1-2 with Kubera sniffing around in third place. Here comes Kurtz again up the inside, putting Frick under all sorts of pressure, but Max Frick looking good in front here.
Yeah, a good start for Max Frick. Clever first bend, but he's under all sorts of pressure from Kurtz. Kurtz is having a look at the inside. He moves back to the outside. He's going to try and build his speed up for another lunge up the inside. Yeah, but Max Frick out in front, looking smooth as usual. Kurtz dives deep into turn 3 and 4. Cuts back, comes under pressure from Cabrera, but it's Max Frick. He's got a gap out in front now.
Max Frick, high and wide off of turn number 2 for the last time. Heat number 8. We're going to look like we're going to have 3 unbeaten riders so far this evening. And Max Frick with a lovely ride. Kubera coming at Kurtz hard off the last corner, but can't quite get there. But the Australian Max Frick, back-to-back wins for him. We've got Dudek, Kvek, and unbeaten so far. And now Max Frick joins them, so we have a trio out in front. So Frick 3 points, really good ride that, trusted himself high and wide. Kurtz pushing hard in second place, 2 points. Dominic Cabera in third, 1 point for him, and Nazar Panitsky finding Grand Prix tough again tonight. He fails to score in heat number 8. Everybody's had 2 rides now.
Yeah, Max Frick in the blue helmet colour makes a great start from gate 2. Bike drives all the way to the first bend. Brady Kurtz in the yellow helmet colour there with a massive cutback. Dives under 2 riders down the back straight. Almost has a go at Frick as well. And he doesn't get under plenty of pressure, but Cabera looked quick in third. Cabera was fast throughout the race, and he kept Kurtz honest, and every time Kurtz made a challenge on Frick, he had to be mindful that Cabera was lurking in the background. Here's Max Frick out in front. Great win for the Aussie.
Yeah, smashing start, and we spoke about consistency. Well, that's rock solid, isn't it, so far this evening? And 2 other riders with him. He can see the standings after 2 rides each. 6 points for Dudek, Frick and Kvek. 4 points for Lebedevs and Verina. 3 points for Jepsen Jensen, Thompson, Brady Kurtz, Robert Lambert, Jason Doyle. That leads you down to 10th place. Then Leon Madsen on 2. And the world champion after 2 rides in 15th place with 1 point. But 3 rides to come. You have to believe that Smarslik will figure it out. But this man, without doubt, has figured it out. He looked very good, trusted his bike high and wide in the dirt, and it worked very well. So here we see the fastest winning times. Dudek still hangs on to that. Heat number 4 for him. Frick, heat number 8, that last race we just saw. Jan Kvek is in there. Jepsen Jensen, Max Frick again. Kvek, Dudek, Thompson, all outshining the top 3 in the world, actually, at this stage. Brady Kurtz, he hit 120.5 kilometres an hour. They've certainly built up their speed. Verina very much on a high speed as well. And the distance, Jepsen Jensen has gone the furthest, just a little bit further than Kasper Verina so far tonight. It's pretty hairy out there, but you can't take your eyes off of it, can you? And they're having a real good go. Now we see the gate statistics. A couple of wins off the inside, 3 wins from gate 2, 1 win from gate number 3 and 2 wins from the outside. So fairly even spread at this early stage of the evening. And the points scored. Wow.
Take your pick.
Yeah, nothing to choose. Nothing to choose between. I've just been assured by my man in the truck, Huey, that it's not a mistake.
Days, maybe he's been caught out by the track conditions as well. It's not an extra, won't have raced it very often.
And it was interesting how that Anders Thompson was saying that it looked grippy. To everybody, it looked grippy. And I've got to say that we were subtle. We called it. We called it. Yeah, but yeah. I think that Bartosz Smarslik, the world champion, without doubt has been caught out by conditions, possibly just suffering for the lack of qualifying earlier on today. Track specially prepared, little bit of grading, little bit of water. How's the track going to react now in heat number 9? Brady Kurtz, the man in 2nd place in the World Championship, needs to really get it going now. Would like to go straight through to the final, but has only scored 3 points from 2 outings. This is an important ride for the man who's in 2nd place in the World Championship. There he is. He's been working hard, hasn't made the start so far tonight. Will he do out of gate number 2? Gate 2's been working well tonight. Lebedev's off gate number 1 in red. Kurtz comes out of gate number 2 in blue. Leon Madsen gate 3 in white. And Kvek, who's having a great night, unbeaten so far from his 2 rides. He goes from gate number 4. Might be a little bit more challenging from there this time, though, in heat number 9.
Yeah, I'd say so. Fresh after a track grade. Won't be easy.
Here we go, then. Andrei Lebedevs, he's had a couple of 2nd places, going along pretty nicely tonight, takes her up, and we're into the first turn, and it's close between Lebedevs. Lebedevs fires himself to the front. Leon Madsen chops back to the inside. Here comes Kurtz around the outside, following through Lebedevs. Lebedevs, who has turned on the star, looks like he's really recaptured some top form. Kurtz back in 2nd place. Kvek off the outside is at the back, but Andrei Lebedevs being chased hard by Kurtz, but he looks like he's got it under control and pretty much covered at this stage.
Yeah, he does indeed. It's been a solid night for Lebedevs so far. Had a good start there from gate 1, was hard on Kurtz on the first bend, moved him over. You can see Kurtz, now that the track's starting to settle, he's using the outside line, he's getting plenty of speed. He's also taking a lot of roost there from Lebedev's, a lot of wet dirt, fresh from that track grade. Oh, Lebedev's is broken down, giving Kurtz the lead.
Desperate for Lebedev's, had it under control. Bike packs up as they go into the last race, the last lap of heat number 9. And Brady Kurtz inherits the lead and is grateful for it. Tough moment for Lebedev's. Can't believe it. Brady Kurtz, as I say, was trying awfully hard, but Lebedev's had it all covered. Bike just gave up the ghost as they went into the last lap. Lebedev's knows that a finish is better than a DNF, hence the reason that he's pushing the bike round, despite the fact that we've got riders coming out for the very next race. They are rushing through, and I will say that's because there is threat of more rain in and around. Andrei Lebedev's gutted, but made sure he finished the race anyway. That was smart thinking from the man from Riga.
It was indeed.
Brady Kurtz picks up his first win of the night. A little fortunate, but he'll take it. No doubt about that. Can't quite get the bike off the start like he normally does. 3 points for Kurtz, 2 points for Madsen. Jankovic back in 3rd place, 1 point for him. Lebedev's misses out, but he did finish the race, as I will reiterate. A finish is better than a did not finish when it comes to a countback situation. Hence, that's the reason he pushed the bike home. Brady Kurtz doubles his score with that win in heat number 9. Riders at tapes, heat number 10, rattling on. And the lineup for you. We've got Kubera on the inside in red, Robert Lambert gate 2 in blue, Kasper Verina gate 3 in white, and Bartosz Smarzik off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Teammates of 2 boys on the outside. Wonder if there'll be any love here. But Verina doesn't seem to have too much of that. Great start from Lambert. He fires himself to the front. Once again, Smarzik's at the back. He's going to have to do something pretty spectacular. Oh, that's got to be a drama. Oh, big crash for Kubera. Contact between himself and Kasper Verina down the back straight, and Kubera completely out of control, almost like he was ripped off the back of the bike as Verina went by him, and that wasn't very pleasant to watch, actually. No, Kubera looked like he's disappeared under the air fence as well. That's dramatic scenes here in heat number 10.
Yeah, really nasty looking accident there. High speed as well, end of the straight, fastest point on the track. It looked like as Verina came around the outside of him, he clipped his elbow, straightened him up, and he then, I think Kubera then clipped Verina's back wheel and straightened up and went into the fence. So
I'd like to see it again. I do hope that Kubera's okay. He's already had a broken collarbone this season. Hasn't been the season he's been looking for. And it looked like he was on the pace. He hasn't scored many points this evening, but he did look like he was on the pace last time. He's only picked up a couple of points, but I mean, I tell you what, that was dramatic speedway down the back straight. There always is when Kasper Verina is in the race. And I don't know what the referee's going to do here, because there's no doubt that Kasper Verina clouts him. He does tend to run into him down the back straight. We haven't seen the replays yet because there's still concern over the health of Dominic Kubera, but I tell you what, here we go. Let's see it again.
Yeah, keep your eyes on Verina in the white helmet and Kubera in the red. They're the 2 that we need to keep an eye on. Verina goes really wide on the first bend. He gets a load of speed down the back straight, dives around the...
Oh, it leans into him.
Leans into him, yeah. Whether that's to avoid contact with the fence or not, there's Kubera. Well, there goes Kubera. Disappears under the airbag. That's a nasty collision. I don't know which way this is going to go with the referee, Alex Martinsinski.
I'll tell you what, I think Kasper Verina has to go for that. I think he just knocks him off the bike. He was just minding his own business. There was racing room.
This is the angle that will really show how much space there was. Goes down the outside and then...
Just wipes him out, mate.
Yeah. Verina's conscious that the corner's coming and he wants to turn in, but he's not.
But there's a rider in the way.
Yeah, there's someone there.
I sense that Kasper Verina could very well be excluded for that. Fantastic to see
I tell you
Kubera
what's
on his
worth
feet.
noting as well, Smarsik was at the back again.
Yeah, absolutely. The
Yeah.
world champion. Yeah, and the rider in white has been excluded. No surprise to me that. Casper Verina just pushing his luck a little bit too hard. You saw clearly that he literally bashes into the right arm of Dominic Kubera down the back straight and basically forces him to lose control of the bike. And well, he's had a nasty fall and a heavy impact and quite a shocking accident. But Verina just overdoing it when he went down the back straight. Forceful move, but he's out of heat number 10.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I have seen them given the other way, but I think that was the right call for Verina to go. He was the cause of the stoppage. Went for a small gap, and then as the corner was approaching, he knew he needed to turn in, but unfortunately it was over the top of Kubera.
Yeah, he's just a little bit too brave.
Yeah,
Verina there, wasn't he? He was just too brave because, you know, there was racing room for him to go down the outside, but you can't just clout a rider trying to turn when he's in front of you.
No.
And that was the case. So I think the referees made the right call in that particular circumstance.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, from our commentary box here, you can look over the stadium. You guys won't see it at home, but there's an ominous black cloud looking.
So this delay is not what the organiser and Phil Morris, the race director, wanted. Casper Verina, who has been in the thick of the action so far this evening, he has moved on to 4 points from his 3 outings with the exclusion that we've just witnessed. So he's under a bit of pressure in his last couple of rides. Verina will come out. Where will he come out? He'll come out in heat number 16 off the outside. He's got 2 outside gates, so he will need to produce in his last 2 rides if he wants to make sure of an LCQ and a half sensible choice. So while we have the delay, we have the opportunity to get back down to Emma, and she is joined by Casper Verina.
Yeah, Casper, excluded from that heat. Can you just tell us what happened from your point of view?
I don't think there's much more to say from what you've seen on telly. So yeah, just Speedway.
Do you think it was a fair decision?
It's never fair from the point of view of a guy who's excluded, right? But no, I have no comment on that. I accept it and I move forward.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I think that's a pretty mature way to react to it, actually.
Yeah.
I must say I'm pretty impressed with that, but he could have been sort of quite critical of the referee, but in truth, I think that the right decision has been made. And as I say, with gate 4 and gate 3 to come, he's on 4 points. He's going to need a minimum of 7, you would suggest, to make the LCQ tonight. Needs to pick up another 3 points if he's going to do that. Kubera, who's knocked about, feels like a herd of elephants have run over him. He's back in the rerun and getting himself ready. As you rightly say, there are some serious clouds knocking around this stadium. Let's hope that they just stay away and they allow us to keep racing. This delay with the repair to the air fence in particular is not what Phil Morris, the race director, would want. So, race jacket just being put back on. See it again. It was when we saw it in real time, it wasn't very pleasant to watch because Kubera is completely unaware about what's about to happen.
Yeah, it takes him by surprise. He wasn't ready for it.
No.
You know, he can brace himself for anything. And,
and to go under the air fence like that,
yeah,
I mean,
it's not nice.
That isn't very pleasant at all.
No, it's not at all. Lights will have gone completely out there. Pitch black underneath that airbag. I've been there. I've had a look under there. Not that one, but an airbag. But yeah, not nice. Bike took a hefty fall as well. I'd be surprised if he's using that chassis again. You see Verina just leans all over him going into turn 3. The thing is, Verina's committed at that point, and what does he do? Like he's really got to back off before he gets to that position. But this is Verina. He doesn't do that.
No,
we know he will commit, and he's very, very brave, heart of a lion. And we love the excitement, but when you ride like that in every race, you are going to have situations like that.
Yeah, just overdid it a touch in heat number 10. World champion has had an opportunity just to reflect on what's going on, because as you rightly say, Ollie, he was out the back again.
Yeah.
And didn't look like he was on the pace. got to believe they're rolling the dice a bit now. They've got to be.
Yeah.
Smarslik has changed his bike. Yeah. He has changed his bike from A to B. Kubera changed his bike. He's going to have to change his bike again, I would suggest now. But for Lambert as well. So all three. But this is crunch time, particularly for the world champion. 1 point from 2 rides. He was out the back. There's 3 in the rerun here. There's 3 in the rerun. He's off gate number 4, not the best gate. He's going to have to produce something pretty special because he's got a 5-point lead in the world championship. Needs to make the LCQ as a minimum. As a minimum to keep this rolling here. But so far he hasn't looked particularly convincing.
No, what's unusual is even on his bad nights, he gets seconds and he gets wins and he's in the mix, but he's way off it tonight. So yeah, maybe a complete bike change is what he needs, but he needs to start picking up points now. He really does.
So it looks like the fence has been repaired and the riders have been released. So Lambert and the world champion with the gold race jacket, will he have it at the end of the night, or will it be changing hands? It's looking a little bit precarious. A practice start, new bike, clean bike. Hoping that one works a little bit better.
Well, that just absolutely launched itself down the back straight.
Well, if it does that when the tapes go up, I think he'll be quite happy.
Yeah.
Kubera knocked about on a fresh bike. Back out there, he's had a tough season, Dominic Kubera, 2 bikes on track. This just shows you an indication that they're a bit confused, not quite sure which direction to go in. Looks like Bartosz is going with the fresh bike, with the change of bike, and is going to trust the fact that this one is going to perform a little bit better than the bike he's been riding so far tonight. He needs it, because just 1 point from 2 rides, the Grand Prix can run away from you very quickly indeed.
Yeah, he needs a win here, doesn't he? Really, he needs a win.
Absolutely right. Have to agree. So riders coming back up to tapes for the restart. Heat number 10, the lineup for you. Kubera back in the race, good to see, on the inside in the red helmet colour. Robert Lambert, gate number 2 in blue. No rider in gate number 3 with Kasper Verina excluded, and Smarslik goes from the outside on a new bike, hoping for better this time. Hasn't been at the races so far. Goes from the outside, not ideal, needs something pretty spectacular here. Heat number 10, second time of asking. Green light is on and we're racing. Does work a little bit better, but Lambert has still got there. The world champion electing to go very high and wide, squares the corner off. Bike powers down the back straight, looks like he's generated some speed, but Lambert high and wide, looks pretty good out in front. Here they come, Lambert in charge. He's being chased hard by the world champion in second place, but not really making a lot of ground in truth, with Kubera in third. Lambert looking for his first win of the evening.
Yeah, great start from Lambert, great first bend, and Lambert looks quick out in front. And now you're starting to see this racing line develop, and it does look very similar to Torren, which obviously is Lambert's home track. And Robert stretched in lead in front, and Smarslik doesn't look his usual self. He looks better, but he's not back to his old self yet.
No, he can't close in. We see that so very often, where the world champion can make ground up, but he's being dropped by Lambert. Lambert, the form of late, continues here in heat number 10, and Lambert in heat number 10 picks up a very useful win indeed. Still hard yards to be done for the world champion and the championship leader. Well, that change, 2 points when he was looking for a win, moves on to 3 points. With a couple of rides to go, you suggest that he really could do with 2 wins to round his qualifying heats off. But Lambert, a nice ride from him, 3 points. Bartosz Smarslik, 2 points in second place, 1 point for Kubera, and Verina was excluded from heat number 10. We'll see it again, a fairly straightforward ride, actually, for Lambert in the end. He had a lot of pace in his motorbike.
Yeah, Robert Lambert with a great win there over the current world champion. We'll see him here from gate 2, blue helmet colour. Launches off the start, gets over the top of Kubera. That's what he needed to do from gate 2. Then lets the bike run across the corner, stops Smarslik's run. And then once Lambert settled into the race from here, he was coming into the corner quite tight, letting the bike run up really wide. We'll see him here. This is the line he takes in tight. drifts across the corner up to the dirt on the outside, coming off the bend, and the bike just tows him down the straight. Looked really good out in front, Robert Lambert, and that's a great feeling as a rider, isn't it? The bike's doing everything he wanted it to do.
Yeah, best rider of the night, and doubles his score. He had 3 points prior to that, and picks up the win off gate number 2. Moves on to 6 points from 3 outings, and that's more like it. He'll be pleased with that. Heat number 11, riders are at tapes. We're about to get underway. Max Frick is out again here. He's on the inside in red helmet colour. Alongside him, Doyle. Anders Thompson in gate 3. Kai Hülkenberg off the outside in yellow. We're racing. Tapes are up. And into the first turn, and it's Max Frick. Frick gets there. He's got Doyle right alongside him. Frick electing to go very wide. There's almost 4 abreast down the back straight. That's very tight indeed. Doyle has been carved up and left at the back. But Max Frick off the inside gate. High and wide. Here comes Thompson roaring into second place. Doyle now round the inside. It's very tight for second and third and fourth with Hülkenberg involved, but Max Frick riding out of his skin once again. Look at him go.
And Max Frick looking all set for 3 wins out of 3. Great start from gate 1. Hard first bend, took Doyle wide, and he's stuck to that outside line. Anders Thompson looks quick in second place, riding a slightly tighter line. We know he can get the bike hooking up on the slick surfaces. He's having a look up the inside of Frick now.
He is.
But Max Frick just holding on to it at the moment. Thompson's going to turn back onto the back straight.
Here we go then. One last blast through turns 3 and 4 and lap number 4. Anders Thompson with the right setup this time, very competitive. But Max Frick, as you say, Ollie, 3 rides, 3 wins for the Australian, and he now leads the Grand Prix nicely. And it's just what frustrates you at times about Max Frick. When he has a poor meeting, you sort of think, this bloke's top quality, and we're seeing that again tonight. Max Frick, 3 points for him. He remains unbeaten. 2 points for Anders Thompson in second place. Jason Doyle, 1 point in third, and Kai Hülkenberg fails to score in a competitive heat number 11. So far tonight, Michael Jebsen Jensen, a winner last time out after failing to score in his first ride. Got gate number 3, not easy from gate 3, but Anders Thompson found some speed last time. He started from there. Dudek's on the inside in red. Nazar Panitsky, gate number 2 in blue. Michael Jebsen Jensen, gate 3 in white. And Piotr Pawlicki, the wild card, goes from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. 3 lights on, takes her up, and we're racing. Into the first turn, Dudek gets there. Nice straight move from him. He hits the front, Panitsky back in second place, but not for long, because Michael Jebsen Jensen comes roaring into second place. Pawlicki comes up the inside of Panitsky. He moves into second place. Now Jebsen Jensen is relegated to third, chops back to the inside. Smart move from the Danish rider, but the European champion, Patrick Dudek, in top form here tonight in Łódź.
Yeah, Patrick Dudek looking for another race win here. Looks very good out in front. Jebsen Jensen's got plenty of speed behind him. You know he likes these kind of conditions. But Patrick Dudek out in front looking very good. Great start from gate 1.
Yeah.
Stretching his lead. Jebsen Jensen now trying to lap round the inside. Is it going to pay dividends? Doesn't look like it. That outside line is where you need to be.
Patrick Dudek off the inside gate. Looking really good. Bike working beautifully. Charges to the front, and he's going to pick up his 3rd win of the night, move on to 9 points, and joins Max Frick at the top of the charts. And Frick and Dudek lead the Grand Prix, locked together on 9 points after their first 3 outings tonight. Impressive stuff from Dudek. Started the season poorly in his league racing and in the Grand Prix, but here in round number 7 in Łódź, looking really good and back to his best. Dudek, 3 points for him. Jebsen Jensen, 2 points in second place. Pawlicki, 1 point in third, and Panitsky just out-battled in heat number 12. Fails to score. We see it again. Inside gate works a treat for Dudek. Nice start. Got there nicely.
Yeah, bike lifted all the way to the first bend, which is what you want as a speedway rider. You see Jebsen Jensen in the white helmet colour. He goes wide on the first bend. But Dudek's clever. He blocks that run. This is where we see Jebsen Jensen. He dives across the inside of the track and quite easily really passes Pawlicki. Pawlicki doesn't look that competitive at all tonight. But Patrick Dudek, he's a new man at the moment. He rode well in Manila and he looks very good tonight. It's the Patrick Dudek of last year, I think.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. And this is the best we've seen from Patrick so far in 2026. And that score chart doesn't lie, does it? He's had 2 gate 1s, which has helped, but he got a win off of gate number 4, which is not easy. And as a consequence, Dudek leads the way. Max Frick on 9 points as well. It's all looking good. Fans being entertained by the Monster Energy girls, firing the T-shirts high up into the terraces. And looking forward to there's the position after everybody's had 3 outings. 9 points for Dudek and Frick. Kvek on 7. Robert Lambert moved on to 6. Kurtz joins him. Jepsen Jensen on 5, so is Thompson. Lebedev's on 4. Madsen likewise. Sparina, despite the fact of an exclusion, he's on 4 as well. Doyle's on 4. Smarslik in 12th with 3 points. The top 10 is where you need to be. But Dudek and Frick lead the way. The third and final round of the Triple Crown will be in Torun, which is the round 10 of the Grand Prix series, the concluding round for 2026. Just looking ahead, obviously Jan Kvek looking for more, but he's got a very tough race in heat number 14. 2 unbeaten riders in Dudek and Frick. The world champion desperate for points, and he starts from gate number 4. Interesting to see how he works out. Now we can see that Pavlicki, Kubera, Hülkenberg and Madsen, all of those guys need a win. Heat number 13, Smarslik, Dudek, Frick and Kvek, just talking about that. 2 unbeaten riders. Smarslik on 3, needs a win there for sure. Kurtz on 6, Thompson, Jepsen Jensen and Lambert, another tasty looking race in heat number 15. And heat 16 with Doyle, Lebedev, Spanitsky and Kasper Verina back out again. All those guys on 4 points. A win, moving on to 7, changes the Grand Prix for those 3 guys big time.
It does. We really do have a tasty couple of races coming up. I'm looking forward to those 2.
Absolutely right. Riders coming back out on track now after the grading. Tracks behave pretty well, I must say. And no complaints there at all. Heat number 13, they're coming to the tapes again. Pavlicki hasn't had the night he was looking for. I was expecting Pavlicki to really mix it with some of the big guns tonight. Hasn't quite had the pace. Will we see a bit of a resurgence here in heat number 13? Pavlicki, the wild card. Gate number 1 in red. Kubera, gate 2 in blue. Hülkenberg, gate 3 in white. And Madsen off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. All these guys, all 4 guys, need a race win. Madsen's won a Grand Prix. He won round 2 to do with a race win here. Good start from Pavlicki this time. He hits the front off the inside, but Kubera's got more grip, gets around the outside of him. They all went for the inside, but Kubera's bike worked beautifully off the first turn, roars himself to the front. Pavlicki and Hülkenberg. Oh, what a move from Pavlicki. Really smart move. Got a bit of extra grip. Oh, my goodness gracious me. And Kubera, you have to feel for him. He had to take avoiding action. Leon Madsen has come charging into the picture, but Pavlicki, that was a really savvy ride from him.
Yeah, intelligent ride from Pavlicki to use the inside of turns 3 and 4 to push his way past Kubera. He then pulled a huge locker in front of him. I've got to say, Kubera doesn't look himself. Since that crash, he looks a little bit stiff, a little bit rigid on the bike, which is understandable.
Yeah.
Leon Madsen there, yellow helmet colour, he's forced his way into 2nd place. He needs those points desperately. He's not had a good night. No. There's Pavlicki, there's the wild card, finally doing what we thought he was capable of. So great ride from him.
Yeah, Pavlicki out of the last corner, really smart ride from him. Kubera, you've got to feel for him. The season just isn't working out. Hard crash earlier on. Yeah. You're probably spot on in the fact that he's feeling the effects of that. He had a moment in that race where he just found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time, killed his momentum, out of the points. Pavlicki, that changes his outlook completely. 3 points for him. Leon Madsen back in 2nd place, 2 points. Kai Hülkenberg 1 point in 3rd. And Kubera, the luckless Kubera, misses out. And he'll be gutted about that. Yeah. See it again.
Kubera from gate 2 makes a great start. Well, actually, it's Pavlicki that makes the start, and then Kubera runs round him on the first bend and hits the front. Now, this is where Pavlicki's intelligent. And goes in really tight into turns 3 and 4, turns the bike early, gets his front wheel right over the curb, and just drives up the inside. There's a lot of grip on the inside coming up turn 4 there. And this is where Kubera nearly runs into the back of him, but you can see from his body language, Kubera is not himself. He's not himself at all. I think he's fairly shaken up after that crash. But intelligent ride there by Pavlicki. And he's put himself in with a shout.
Well, yeah, 8 points. We saw Anders Thompson win the Grand Prix from there on 8 points just 3 weeks ago. So all is not lost for Pavlicki here this evening. Smarslik on the inside in red, Dudek gate number 2 in blue, Frick gate 3 in white, and Jankovic off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. 2 riders unbeaten here on gates 2 and 3. Smarslik, the world champion on gate number 1, needs to take advantage. Been off the outside gates for the last 2 races. Here we go. He's made a much better start. He hits the front. That's more like it from Smarslik. He elects to go tight. He's off the inside. Here comes Frick. Keep your eyes on Frick. Frick's fast. Smarslik's going to have to respond. Max Frick is unbeaten so far. We've got Dudek round the inside, and Max Frick! Oh! Smarslik chops the nose off of Dudek. Again, Smarslik having to work overtime, and Frick and Smarslik, oh, they clashed down the back straight. Dramatic race here in heat number 14, and Smarslik fighting for his championship in these 3rd and 4th ride here.
Yeah, really tough ride from Smarslik there. Left Max Frick absolutely no room on the outside of him down the back straight. You can tell how much those points mean to him. He wants these 3 points so badly. Max Frick looked quicker than him early on. Smarslik was having none of it. Dudek.
So, yes, Dudek's come into 3rd place. Jankovic faded to the back. But Bartosz Smarslik getting his elbows out here in heat number 14. Dramatic move down the back straight where they clash big time. Frick just had to give second best to the world champion. But you nailed it, Ollie. Smarslik under pressure, a little bit desperate, desperate for his first win of the evening. And the 3 points, very valuable indeed. 2 points for Max Frick, who's going along nicely, moves on to 11 points. Patrick Dudek drops points for the first time, 1 point in 3rd, and Jankovic missed out in a really, really exciting heat number 14. Here we see it again.
Yeah, Smarslik makes a good start from gate 1. He elects to go tight round the first bend. And keep your eye on Frick in the white helmet colour. He's got more speed than Smarslik here, and he's working his way around the outside. He's possibly on the faster part of the track. But the willpower and sort of body language of, here we go, this is down the back straight, bang, wow, that is tight. That's a little bit naughty by Smarslik. He knew he was there.
Absolutely.
And he smashed into him.
He needed it. Yeah, he was prepared to do it.
He was. Yeah, borderline. He overstepped the mark there, possibly.
Doubles his score, 6 points, gets himself right back in the thick of it. Needs another win for 9 points for a half sensible pick for an LCQ. He won't be going straight through to the final tonight. Kurtz on the inside in red. Anders Thompson, gate number 2 in blue. Michael Jepsen Jensen, gate 3 in white. Robert Lambert, a winner last time out. Very impressive winner, I might add, last time out. Gate 4 in yellow. Good looking lineup. All 4 of these blokes, riders, are going well tonight. They really are. Kurtz on the inside. Well, he'll be looking for a win from there. Tapes are up. He's made a lovely start. He hits the front going into the first turn. Here comes Michael Jepsen Jensen high and wide. Got Thompson up the inside as well. 2 Danish riders. Oh my goodness, who's coming up the inside? Robert Lambert. Lambert's done well there to come into. He's gone from 4th to 2nd in one move. Real good tight tussle for 2nd and 3rd. But Brady Kurtz high and wide, coming under pressure from Robert Lambert.
Yeah, Robert Lambert looking menacing in 2nd place there. Did a great ride there to pass. Well, they're no slouches in Thompson, Jepsen Jensen. Brady Kurtz out front, he's riding that high line. But Lambert's got plenty of speed behind him. Jepsen Jensen, little look up the inside of Lambert. He's been in the wrong part of the track. Brady Kurtz now settled out in front. Really good ride from Lambert on that opening lap.
Yeah, looks like he's got 2nd place pretty much covered. This is better from Brady Kurtz. Kurtz will win for the first time this evening. That's much more like it from him. Excuse me, this will be his 2nd win of the evening. The inside gates coming to Brady Kurtz. He was gifted a win last time, of course, with Lebedev's packing up as they went into the last lap. But that was a bona fide win from the tapes for the Australian, the man in 2nd place in the World Championship, 5 points behind the leader. And they're not having it all their own way tonight, the top 2, but Kurtz all of a sudden turning on the starter in the last 2 races. 3 points for the Australian, 2 points for Robert Lambert in 2nd place, Jepsen Jensen with 1 point in 3rd. Anders Thompson missed out in heat number 15.
Brady Kurtz in the red helmet colour makes a great start from gate 1. That's more like the starts we expect to see from him. Here's Lambert. He runs up high on the first bend. He switches back, makes a really long straight. Keep your eyes here on Lambert. You might see him in the yellow helmet colour. He'll dive into the picture now. Dives up the inside.
Good move, that.
Yeah, very good move. And he almost gets Kurtz as well. But Brady Kurtz looking a lot more like his old self. The Kurtz we're used to seeing. Electric start from him off gate 1. There you can see he's just chatting to his mechanic, giving him some feedback on how he felt the bike was and possibly what they need to do to it going forward.
Kurtz is on 9 points, 2 riders in front of him, 11 and 10. Frick and Dudek lead the way, very tight for the top 2. Who's going to go straight through to the final tonight? If Kurtz can go straight through, Smarzlik going through an LCQ. Ooh. Could we see a change? Doyle on the inside red, Lebedev's gate 2 in blue, Panitsky gate 3 in white, and Kasper Varina starts the race from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Doyle makes a start, he hits the first turn, here comes Lebedev's around the outside, Panitsky up the inside. That's a good move from him, just has to come off the gas as they go into turn number 3 for the first time, but it's Jason Doyle, Australian out in front, Kasper Varina out the back, having a lot of work to do, not ideal for him, but this is a good response from Doyle.
Yeah, best Doyle's look tonight. He's made a good start and he's now riding that high line out in front. Doesn't look overly quick. Big foul at the back there between Lebedevs and Varina. Varina now switching to the outside. Guaranteed entertainment from him. Here he comes, building up his speed on the outside of Lebedevs. Panitsky in second place at the moment.
Yeah. Panitsky in second place, looking pretty good. Varina has gone a lot further than everybody else. Hope he's got enough fuel in the tank to actually complete the race. That's how far he's gone. But what a ride from Doyle. Oh, Varina! Oh my goodness, how did he miss everybody? Dive bombs going into turn number 3 and 4, but still doesn't score a point. My goodness gracious me! my goodness, how did he miss them? That was just remarkable.
He's gone through the middle of 2 riders there.
Wow.
What a man.
I tell you, what a man indeed. How they didn't come down and how they avoided everybody. A minor miracle, I would suggest. Doyle, yes. A lovely ride, 3 points for him. Panitsky, handy 2 points for him. Encouraging ride for the youngster. Lebedev's in third place, and Varina, as hard as he tried, just missed out in heat number 16. Yeah. What a race.
Yeah, you can't fault the commitment from Varina. He's made an awful start from gate 4. Awful start.
Dreadful.
Yeah. And then Doyle's out in front, red helmet colour. This is Varina in the yellow helmet colour.
Can't believe what just
No, I know. Oh, we need to see it. We need to see going into the turn 3 last lap. Here he goes, dives up the inside of Lebedev's, then just misses Panitsky's back wheel. Lebedev's then, I mean, he must have thought, where has he come from?
Fine margins. Fine margins.
Yeah, don't do it at home, kids.
Not sure that's in the manual.
Yeah.
But there we go. Ty Wiffenden in attendance with Jason Doyle. Good to see Ty here. Of course, just recently retired from the sport, but still here giving some advice, and that for Jason Doyle was a timely win for him, moving on to 7 points with a race to come, and
a gate 1 to come as well, so that'd be nice.
So, then we look at the standings after everybody's had 4 rides. 11 points for Frick, 10 for Dudek, they lead the way. Kurtz has moved on to 9, Lambert looking good on 8, Kvek there on 7 with Jason Doyle, Jepsen Jensen on 6, so is Smarzlik. That's the top 8 so far. Then we've got Leon Madsen, Thompson, Pavlicki, Lebedevs, Varina, who is now under pressure, needs probably a win in his last ride to make the LCQ tonight. Lead with 21 points in front of Robert Lambert. Everybody's got one more race tonight that counts towards the Triple Crown, the Monster Energy Triple Crown in 2026. So Madsen, Frick, Varina, Jepsen Jensen, the next race. Doyle, Smarzlik, Pavlicki, Kurtz, Heat 18, Heat 19, Thompson, Kubera, Dudek and Lebedevs, and Lambert, Hülkenberg and Kvek. Panitsky come out in heat number 20. So riders coming out for Heat 17. This is their last ride before the LCQs. And we see the leader of the Grand Prix out here, and if he can win this race, then he is 100% guaranteed to go into the final tonight. Max Frick, that is. Leon Madsen scrapping for points. He's down in 9th place coming into this ride. He's got the inside and the red helmet colour. Max Frick going great guns, gate 2 in blue. Kasper Varina, he needs a win. to make the LCQs tonight. He's out of gate 3 in white, and Michael Jepsen-Jensen could do with a couple of points as well. Goes from the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Lot to race for here. All 4 riders looking for big points. Green lights on, and we're charging into the first turn. Leon Madsen's made a good start on the inside. Oh my goodness. Max Frick has taken the front wheel away from Casper Verina. I wonder what way the referee will look at that. But it does look to me that on first viewing of that in real time, Max Frick could be in trouble here. Verina on his backside. He's been involved in everything tonight, Verina.
Everything. Yeah, every time he's on track, there's action. You can't fault the guy's effort and his commitment. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens here. It'd be good to watch the replay and see.
Well, Frick went looking for the outside line, didn't he?
Yeah, it wasn't like it was a domino effect. Frick didn't get any contact from the inside. He made a choice to go wide, and he ended up taking Verina down. So whether Alex Lodzinski sees it that way, will be interesting to see.
I think that Frick is in danger of being excluded, but we will see. The referee will ultimately have to make his decision, and we're seeing the replays again, as is the referee.
Blue helmet colour, Max Frick, you know what he's doing. He's running for the outside. There's no malice intended. He's going for that outside sweep around the first bend, but Verina's there, and he just takes him out. So whether you'd call that first bend bunching, or whether you would call it Max Frick, you could, or whether it's just called Max Frick knocking Verina off, I'm not sure. It turns out it's all for, I think it's all for...
well, I would say Max Frick is a little fortunate.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
That could have gone the other way.
Yeah.
And he'll be relieved, because a couple of points here in this race, Ollie, and Max Frick is in the semi-final. Excuse me, in the final. And that will be another terrific performance. He's ridden out of his skin so far. He's only dropped 1 point.
He's looked very good, hasn't he?
And he's back in the rerun here.
Yeah.
Verina is taking his time. Verina is actually under pressure. He is in 13th place on 4 points, and I would suggest that he would need, well, he needs a win.
He needs a win, yeah.
He needs a win. He's on his feet, and Thomas Gollub fans in the crowd. What a rider Gollub was. Now, just an opportunity to remind you about the Speedway World Cup final in Warsaw on August the 29th, later this month. Tickets still available. It's going to be a big night in a big stadium in the PGE Narodowy, the capital of Poland. Fantastic city, and a wonderful event at the end of the month. Get yourself there if you can. Also, just a reminder also about the SGP 2026 podcast, Chat SGP, and some insight and chats with riders and alike about not just what goes on the racetrack, also life away from the track, travelling, getting from the logistics of what goes on as well. Well worth tuning into that to get a little bit more idea of what goes on. So Casper Verina putting his helmet on. They are trying to rattle through these races before the rain returns. We don't want the rain to spoil what has been a really exciting first Grand Prix here in Łódź. I've really liked it, actually. I've really enjoyed it. It's been pretty hairy at times, but it keeps you on the edge of your seat, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Plenty of racing lines. The track's been good. Track prep has turned out to be very good, and I think it probably was we didn't get any rain, so you can't really say it was the right call to leave the covers on.
Well, we did get rain. We had about 45 minutes of it, didn't we? It rained pretty hard.
I suppose we did,
so just before the start of the meeting.
In between practice and the meeting, so yeah.
I think that justified putting the covers on. Yeah. And I think as a consequence, we've got a proper racetrack.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the racing's been very good. It is very similar to Torun. You see a lot of the same racing lines.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. That's a great racetrack as well. So there's Max Frick. He's back. He's out in this one, looking to finish off the night with the win. He's been very good tonight. And it just shows you what Max Frick can do. He's been inconsistent this year, but when he's on form, it looks $1 million, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah, and a win here would be, he'd put himself clear. 2 puts him on the 13. Kurtz can't catch him in 3rd, so 2nd place would be enough to guarantee himself a place in the final. Leon Madsen, well, he needs a few points here. He's only got 6 tonight. Not the evening he was looking for. Said he was a bit rusty. Was looking forward to practice today. Qualifying, unfortunately, didn't get that because it was cancelled because of the threat of weather coming in. Actually, the weather didn't come in until about 6 or 7 minutes past 6. And then we did have a fair amount of rain. But it has been hot and sticky, still is very humid. Weather is circulating the stadium, but we're cracking on. And we're getting to the latter stages. Restart. Madsen on the inside in red. Max Frick out of gate number 2 in blue. Verino out of gate 3 in white. And Jensen off the outside looking for points as well. He's in the yellow helmet colour. Verino, well, he's made some moves tonight that defy the laws of physics at times. Really quite extraordinary.
And the laws of Speedway.
Yeah, yes, that is very true. He's paid the price. Here we go. Takes her up. And Verino's right there. He's in the thick of the action. Oh, my goodness gracious me. It's happened again. It's happened again. Now, Max Frick, will he be lucky twice? Because he gave Verino a real good clout, but Verino was trying to squeeze him up going in the first turn.
That's a more of a clear-cut all-four back for me than the first one, I think. But Verino, he even crashes spectacularly. He doesn't even get off the bike like a normal person. He jumped off it.
Yeah.
What a man.
Wow, what a man.
We love him.
Well, Heat 17 is now beginning to take some time. It's a bit of a marathon for heat number 17. We're going to have 3 restarts. We've had exactly the same 2 riders clashing in the first corner. Will there be an exclusion, or will Alex Leotosinski, the referee this evening, put all 4 riders back in again? That was a bit more of a clout this time, I sense. But Verino was quite close, possibly Madsen pushing Frick up as well, mitigating circumstances, possibly, but I have seen riders excluded for moves like that, and there's no doubt that Max Frick did run into Verino. We haven't seen the replay because Verino is still being attended to.
Yeah, it was definitely a bigger impact for Verino, that one. He really came off quite awkwardly, almost leapt off the bike, really.
It's unusual for Max Frick to be involved in these sort of circumstances. He's a very clean rider. Very clean rider. And he's sitting up. And he's a popular man wherever he goes. Not always a popular man with other riders in the pits. But I tell you what, from the neutral point of view, he does liven proceedings up, that's for sure.
Yeah, he does.
Here we see it again.
Yeah, keep your eyes on Max Frick in blue, Verino in white. Verino comes across a little bit, and
all 4.
Yeah, definitely all 4. But that's a nasty get off for Verino.
There's not as much room on the inside for Leon Madsen. Just straightens up a little bit, and really and truthfully, Max Frick doesn't really deviate off his line, does he?
Verino hit the fence hard there.
Did he?
Yeah, he goes in sort of back first, really slams against the fence. It's a good start from gate 3. Very good start, yeah. Bike's pulling all the way to the first bend. Brian Verino here, he really does lump the fence. There we go, bang. Hits the airbag very hard and gets really thrown about.
Fortunately, it's an airbag.
Yeah.
Not a solid fence.
No.
But concern for Verino. So we're having it confirmed that all 4 riders will be back for the restart of heat number 17. And when you saw the replays, I tend to agree with that one.
Yeah.
Leon Madsen just a little bit untidy on the inside, straightened up. Max Frick didn't really deviate from his racing line. So I think he was a little fortunate first time. But that time, I think that was the right call, very much so. So pressure on here. He's having to be patient, Max Frick, because they can't seem to get round the first corner in heat number 17. 2 points will see him through to the final. He'll be clear. So Verino making his way back. Boys in the pits will be working hard now. 2 crashes. Haven't got round the first corner. They haven't really knocking that bike back into shape. He made, as you say, he made a really good fist of it from gate 3. Very nearly got there, actually.
He did, yeah. Bike launched off the start and pulled all the way to the first bend.
What's going on here?
Yeah, Max has he possibly changed his clutch plates? He's done a lot of starts on that one now. Has he done 5 races, 2 reruns? They do have a shelf life, your clutch plates. They do start to go off as the meeting goes on, and I would imagine he's put a fresh set in.
Yeah.
Would be my guess there.
And why is that, Ollie? Why do you think that the clutch only lasts like 7 starts? You would think it could cope with that, but
Yeah, I mean, you've got the fact it's a dry clutch as opposed to other motorcycles being a sort of an oil-based clutch. High revs on the start. The boys here are doing probably 12,000 RPMs on the start. Drop the clutch. There's a lot of force going through those clutch plates, and they do. You know, as a rider, they start off. They do deteriorate as the meeting goes on. So I think that's a quick change.
So the clutch just fading away from him, freshens it up for third time of asking in heat number 17. Leon Madsen looking for a win to finish his night off, and hopefully just add to his 6 points so far this evening. 9 would be handy.
Yeah.
Better pick. Don't want to really be coming from the outside in an LCQ. Nope. Ideally, you want to be coming off gates 1 and 2. You look at the gate stats, there's no doubt that favours the inside 2 gates. The longer the night has gone on, the more, the better those 2 gates have performed. Michael Jepsen Jensen, another rider in a similar position.
Yeah.
He's in the top, but he's 7th at the moment. But he could do with points here just to make sure he stays
he
there.
needs a couple, doesn't he? One thing's really noticeable is gate 4 has really gone off. Gate 4 is a graveyard at the moment. The riders are they're a bike length down.
Yeah.
Yeah, halfway to the first corner. So
a turn back maybe for Michael Jepsen Jensen to try and sneak a place or 2 coming out of the first turn. Verina just working hard on his equipment to get himself prepared for the 3rd time of asking. Rain hasn't, the rain has held off, which is good news. We've had, this is quite a significant delay here for heat number 17. And this man on 4 points from 4 outings, which includes an exclusion. Verina is down in 13th place, and he hasn't scored any points. He had 4 points, excuse me, no he didn't. He had 3 points. 4 points from his first 2. I'll get there in the end. Come on, Kelvin, get your act together. He had an exclusion, and then off gate number 4 last time out, didn't score. He's got gate 3 here in heat number 17, and the man who lies in 5th place in the World Championship is under a bit of pressure here to pick up at least 2 points to see if he can go further tonight. Riders coming out again, making their way back round to the start line. Pressure on, tension building throughout. Crowd really excited, thoroughly enjoying it. I hope you are at home as well, as we are building up towards what could be quite a spectacular conclusion to round number 7 here in Łódź. The Motor Arena, similar to Torun, similar to different surface, different dirt, but rides quite same. But will this man get a couple of points that could potentially see him go through to the LCQ this evening? Bit of gardening going on, 30 seconds to go. Seems like heat 17, it's been about half an hour. Right, a little bit of last minute work going on for Max Frick in gate number 2. So the line up for the 3rd time. Madsen in red on the inside, Max Frick in blue, gate number 2. Kasper Verina comes out of gate number 3 in white, and Jepsen Jensen goes from the outside in yellow. Big race, important race for many different reasons. Here we go. Settling down, green light comes on. Long pause, takes her up. Madsen makes a nice start. Verina's made a good start. Got the better of Max Frick. Max Frick now goes to the back. Oh, that's a disaster for the Australian when he was having such a good night. Leon Madsen out in front, Verina turning the bike inside out, trying to get up the inside. Oh, he's hit the front. He clouts the fence, he's on the back wheel. He goes by and he hits the front in spectacular fashion. Kasper Verina, he was on his backside twice in the first corner.
I tell you what, that is an incredible first lap of Speedway from Kasper Verina. Not only was it a fantastic start from gate 3, he's then pulled a hell of a move on Leon Madsen to force his way up the inside, and now he's stretched his lead out in front. He needed these points, he knew he did after that exclusion, and this is gonna put him in the LCQ, I think.
Looking good. Kasper Verina, this is all he could do. Came into the race having failed to score in his last 2 outings, but what a stunning opening lap it was. And Kasper Verina finally wins heat number 17, and in some start as well. Max Frick missed the start off of gate 2, couldn't get the drive, couldn't get the speed, fails to score. He's now under pressure. He could easily be outperformed. Brady Kurtz could leapfrog him, and he could miss out on the final as a consequence of not scoring heat number 17. I'll tell you what, Casper Arena is an extraordinary man and speedway rider. What a ride. 3 points for him. Liam Madsen back in second place, 2 points, 1 point for Jepsen Jensen in third. And the luckless, unfortunate Max Frick failed to score there in heat 17. And will he miss out on the final as a consequence?
Casper Arena there in the white helmet makes a great start from gate 3. That's the white run, sort of around mid-track on the first bend. Madsen hugging a tight line. This is where Verena turns back, right leg off the footpeg, cuts back, goes straight across the front of Leon Madsen. Ruthless move. So he goes across the front of him so much that he hits the fence. Oh, there you go. He's saluting the crowd as he crossed the finish line. I tell you what, you pick yourself up off the deck twice and then come back with a win like that. Incredible.
Proper bit of speedway from Casper Verena. He now finishes on 7 points. He's into 7th place, but he'll have to wait patiently if that is going to be enough. But a race win is always useful. Big race here on the inside in the red helmet colour is Jason Doyle. Bartosz Marslik's alongside him in blue. Piotr Pawlicki, gate number 3 in white, and off the outside. Here we go. Off the outside is Brady Kurtz, top 2 in the world. Clash late on in the meeting. Smarslik's made a good start. Finally got the bike working. Here comes Kurtz. Oh no, it's not. It's Pawlicki, sorry. Pawlicki on the back wheel. Oh, what a move from Kurtz! What a move from Kurtz. Comes roaring from nowhere.
Oh, wow.
4 abreast as they go into the second lap. And there's so no room at all. All of a sudden, Smarslik's in the thick of it. He's finally got himself back into 2nd place. But what a stunning move from Brady Kurtz on the opening lap.
Yeah, incredible racing on the first lap. Didn't know where to look, but Brady Kurtz has worked his way to the front. Smarslik is not fast, but he's in the mix and he's fighting for every inch of track. Pawlicki now dives up the inside of Doyle. 2 riders that don't give an inch. Doyle's now going to have a look back up the inside. No, Pawlicki's kept ahead of him, but it's Smarslik holding on to 2nd place with Brady Kurtz. 2nd in the World Championship, stretching his lead.
Indeed he is. Brilliant ride from Kurtz. That's out of the top draw. No doubt about that. Smarslik was away smartly initially, but Kurtz with a stunning move dived up the inside. He spoke to you actually before the meeting about the possibilities of doing that, and he demonstrated that to perfection in heat number 18. What a ride from Kurtz. 3 points for him. Bartosz Smarslik with a fighting 2nd place, 2 points for him. Pawlicki back in 3rd, 1 point, and Doyle missed out in a hectic heat number 18. Let's see it again.
Yeah, first lap, riders throwing their bikes all over the place at each other.
It is. I tell you what, this is really entertaining stuff. It's nervy as well.
It is. Great start from Smarslik from gate 2. Really good start. And keep behind Kurtz. He's in the yellow helmet. He cuts back, makes a huge straight down the back straight, dives up the inside.
Impressive.
Look at this here. Pawlicki, he's on the back wheel there. Smarslik now turns back and goes in between Doyle. That's a really tight move. And oh wow, that's so close. I mean, you could have had all 3 riders down there. And Pawlicki there, you see him dive up the inside of Doyle, but well done Brady Kurtz.
Well, Kurtz, that was a big move from him, because he now leads the Grand Prix. Max Frick is under danger. Dudek can overhaul him, and Max Frick, quite possibly as a consequence of Kurtz winning that last race, Max Frick could miss out on the final. This race will tell. Thompson on the inside in red, Kubera out gate 2 in blue, Dudek gate 3 in white, and Lebedev's off the outside in the yellow helmet colour. Here we go, tapes up, away we go. Kubera's made a good start, gate number 2. Here comes Dudek round the outside. Dudek is now relegated to last, not what he needs if he wants to go straight to the final. Dudek needs at least a point. He's come, clever ride from Patrick Dudek. That is sensational from Patrick Dudek. He was out the back, he's come up the inside, and this will do him very nicely indeed.
Yeah, Patrick Dudek riding as well as we've seen him for a long time. Really intelligent first lap, crept round the curve at turns 3 and 4, and thrust himself into the lead. Kubera looking more like his old self in 2nd. He's now putting him under pressure, running a much wider line than Dudek is. Dudek there, just riding in the right place to stop him at the moment.
Yeah, Dudek responded well, had eyes in the back of his head, felt the presence of Kubera, and he may well feel it again now, but Dudek just off the inside, one last blast through this last corner, and Dudek hanging on out in front, and he does. And it's Frick that misses out, failing to score in heat number 17, slipped up at a vital moment. Kurtz responded, and it's Dudek who moves on to 13 points. He leads the way, and Dudek, as you say, riding as well as we've seen him this year. 3 points for him, Kubera in second place, 2 points. Lebedev's back in third, 1 point for him, and Anders Thompson has faded away a touch later on this evening, failed to score. But Dudek, with 3 points here, is in the final.
Yeah, Dudek in the white helmet colour doesn't make a bad start at all. Runs wide on the first bend. And at this point, he's at the back here. Really intelligent ride round turn 3 and 4. And that was the moment when Lebedev nearly ran into the back of Kubera. There's Dudek hanging off the side of the bike, riding a completely different line to the other riders, much tighter. Front wheel over the curb on numerous occasions. Intelligent ride from Patrick.
Yes, it was indeed. He was out the back of gate number 3, but as you perfectly described, brilliant move up the inside coming out of turn number 4 in the opening lap. He went from last to first. Sensational move from a man in top form tonight. Got a feel for Max Frick. Got a feel for him. Just slipped up in heat 17, misses out. But Kurtz and Dudek are already in the final. Lambert's on the inside in heat number 20 in the red helmet colour. Hülkenberg gate 2 in blue, Kvek gate 3 in white, and Panitsky off the outside in yellow. Kvek just slipped up last time. What can he do from gate 3? Clutches are out. Hülkenberg's made a good start. Gone wide though, and that allows Lambert through, but Kvek responds beautifully. He hits the front wall. That's tight, and that's even tighter with Lambert charging up the inside of Jan Kvek, who has to really hold firm, but he holds on out in front. He leads the way as they go into lap number 2. Robert Lambert now electing to go higher and wider, a little bit out of shape, and Jan Kvek leads the way, but Lambert is going to give it his all in second place to try and hunt him down.
Yeah, Lambert's got plenty of speed in second place, but Jan Kvek, he's been fast all night as well. And at the moment, Lambert can't make an impression on him. Tight first lap between the two. Robert Lambert showing incredible bike control on that first lap. Moving into a wider line. He's going to try and go deep into turns 1 and 2. Can he make an impression on the Czech?
He's having a good go, but Jan Kvek looks like he's got it all covered here. And Kvek finishes his qualifying heats off in style. And he is in the LCQs as a consequence, and will get a reasonable pick of gate as well. So will Robert Lambert. Lambert finishes on 10 points, so he'll have a good pick for the LCQs as well. So the qualifying races have now been completed. In heat number 20, Kvek picks up 3 points, Lambert back in second place, 2 points for him. Hülkenberg in third, 1 point, and Panitsky misses out in heat number 20. So the picture is now beginning to take shape. We've got Dudek and Kurtz through to the final. We'll take a look at the replays again, but Jan Kvek at a gate number 3, this is a great move in the first corner.
Yeah, Robert Lambert pushes hard into the first bend. Kvek then cuts back, moves up the inside. This is where you'll see Robert dives up the inside of Jan Kvek. And you look at Robert's bike. Yeah, that's tight.
Hülkenberg had to come out of the throttle.
He had to come off the throttle there. That could have been nasty. But Robert Lambert is an incredible motorcyclist. He dived hard up the inside of Kvek. Never really in any danger running into him, because he can stop the bike whenever he needs to. Incredibly talented rider, but there's Jan Kvek. He's had a good night. His form's picked up over the last couple of Grand Prix, and he looks like he belongs here.
Indeed, and he finishes just behind Max Frick, and he will get a good pick for the LCQ and an opportunity to make the final. Smarslik having a bit of a debrief with Pavlicki. Hasn't been the night that Smarslik has wanted. He's finished in 6th place, so he's in the LCQ on 8 points, but is going to need to produce something pretty special if he wants to make the final here tonight. So there's the position after everybody's had 5 rides tonight. Dudek and Kurtz are straight through to the final. Max Frick, Kvek, Lambert, Smarslik, Leon Madsen, Kasper Verina does make it. Michael Jepsen-Jensen and Jason Doyle are the next 8 riders, and they will battle it out in the 2 LCQs tonight. It's big pressure now heaped onto the world champion, with Kurtz making the final and Zmarzlik not at his best, having to go through the LCQ here this evening. Has found points very hard to come by tonight, the world champion, but still not out of it, and you wouldn't put it past him making another final here this evening. Faded away after winning 3 weeks ago in Melilla. Kubera, Hülkenberg and Panitsky. Disappointing evenings for those riders so far. Say the LCQs, it looks like. So we can make our way down now for the gate selections for the LCQs with Emma.
Cheers, Kevin. Yeah, it is time for gate selection for LCQ1. And we'll start with Max Frick. Max, do you want to come and make your gate selection? Go straight for the red gate, the inside gate. Next up, Bartosz Zmarzlik. Bartek, if you can see where you're going, come and take your selection. He goes for the blue gate. Next up, Kasper Verina. Thought you were going to go for the yellow there. Goes for the white gate, gate number 3. And finally, Michael Jepsen Jensen has the yellow gate, the outside gate. Okay, that is it for gate selection for LCQ1. Best of luck to you all. And I think I can see some riders waiting for gate selection for LCQ2. We're going to start with Jan Kvek, who, no surprises, goes straight for the red gate, the inside gate. Next up, Robert Lambert. Robert there going for the blue gate. Leon Madsen is next. Leon, come and make your gate selection. Goes for the white gate there, which means Jason Doyle, you are left with the yellow gate, the outside gate. Okay, that's it then for gate selection for LCQ2. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks very much, Emma. So just to run through those again, the LCQ number 1, we've got Frick on the inside, Zmarzlik alongside him in gate number 2. Gate 3 is Verina, keep your eyes on him. And Michael Jepsen Jensen will start from the outside in the LCQ 1. LCQ 2, we've got Kvek on the inside, Lambert is gate number 2, and Leon Madsen out of gate 3, and gate 4 is Jason Doyle, who is going to join Patrick Dudek and Brady Kurtz in the final. If Zmarzlik slips up, Kurtz is there. There's going to be, quite possibly, well, if Kurtz can win tonight, it will mean that Bartosz Zmarzlik's lead will be under massive threat. So Frick, Zmarzlik, Verina, Jepsen Jensen, that's the lineup for LCQ number 1. And there's no doubt only the winners go through to the final. And LCQ number 2 is Kvek, Robert Lambert, Leon Madsen and Jason Doyle. Ollie, I must say I've thoroughly enjoyed tonight. It's been terrific stuff. We've got 3 races to go. Who's going to come out on top? I think this is the most pressure that Bartosz Zmarzlik has been under this season. A surprise for me, that, here in Poland.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. He struggled tonight. For him, he's not really looked quick in any race, and he's had to pull some stunts to get the points he's got.
Yeah.
So he is under pressure here, and especially with Brady Kurtz going direct to the final.
Yes.
That adds more to it, doesn't it?
Indeed it does. He only had 1 point from 2 rides. He then scored, what did he score? 7 from his last 3, but by golly did he have to get his elbows out to do that. And just shows you how hungry the man is still. Took a few liberties at times, but hey, it's tough out there for Grand Prix. This man, Max Frick, who had had such an immaculate night, came into his last ride on 11 points, but failed to score, and as a consequence, is having to go through an LCQ.
Shouldn't have changed those clutch plates, should he?
Such a shame for him. And it would be really tough on Frick if he misses out now, having had such a really strong evening. But that's how tough Grand Prix Speedway is. You only have to go 1 slip up, and it potentially could cost you. But he has the inside gate, and there have been 8 wins from the inside gate so far. But in the last block of races, gate 3, remarkably, gate 3 was the most successful. And guess what? Casper Verina is coming out of gate 3 in LCQ1.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me that he makes the final.
No, this first corner is going to be tight. You know, he's going to try his hardest to come slamming across.
That could be an
Smarslik.
understatement.
Yeah.
That could be an understatement. But I tell you what, Smarslik's had his elbows out tonight. Smarslik and Verina are teammates.
So's that man on gate 1.
Yes, he's knocked Verina off twice. Yeah, they're not on each other's Christmas card list, that's for sure. No. Not right now, anyway. Frick's on the inside. He's in the red helmet colour. Bartosz Smarslik, having changed 3 bikes tonight, is on bike C. He comes out of gate number 2 in blue. Casper Verina, he's had a couple of bikes as well. It's been an attritional night. Gate 3 in white. And Michael Jepsen-Jensen off the outside. It's a tough one for Jepsen-Jensen from gate 4, that's for sure. Here we go then. LCQ number 1. What a start from Frick. He dropped the clutch. Smarslik missed Verina. It. Here comes Verina around the outside. Jepsen-Jensen coming through. And I tell you what, the world champion under massive pressure. Jepsen-Jensen now gets to the front as it goes into turns 3 and 4. Smarslik electing to come on the inside. He's come from nowhere. He's in the second place. He's turning the bike inside out. Big time. Verina's right behind him. But Michael Jepsen-Jensen with a stunning move on the opening lap leads the way in LCQ number 1.
Yeah, Michael Jepsen-Jensen really intelligent first corner. Made a terrible start from gate 4. Switched back, dived up the inside of everyone. And now he's scraping the bottom of the fence. He's stretched his lead. And as it stands, Bartosz Smarslik is not going to make the final for the first time this year.
Yeah, he hasn't been at his best. He's struggled throughout the night. Stunning move from Michael Jepsen-Jensen, turning on the star in LCQ1. What a ride from him. Casper Verina back in 3rd place. And Michael Jepsen-Jensen's in the final. Missed out last time, and Melilla only scored 5 World Championship points. And the man in 4th place, that's much more like it. He's had a couple of 2nd places already in 2026. And he's in the final again here in Łódź. Bartosz Smarslik missed the start, didn't drop the clutch at the right time. Michael Jepsen-Jensen, he's in the final with a stunning move on the first lap. Smarslik in 2nd place, Verina in 3rd, and Max Frick, the luckless Max Frick, runs out of gas late on in the night, doesn't make the final tonight. Let's see it again.
Yeah, Verina from gate 3 makes a great start. He's almost across the top. Well, he is across the top of Max Frick. But Jepsen-Jensen comes from nowhere, cuts back, goes right round the curve, sort of Ty Woofenden-esque move on the first bend, front wheel across the curve. Now you see he moves everyone wide, and here's one thing on his mind, he's going to get onto that outside line. Smarslik was brave there though, dives up the inside, turns the bike inside out, backs it into turn 1 and 2, but it's just not enough. Jepsen-Jensen cleared off in front. Smarslik just didn't have the speed tonight, all night struggled for pace.
Great ride from Jepsen-Jensen. Brady Kurtz won from gate number 4 late on, but there haven't been many race wins from the outside gate. And late on in the evening, under huge pressure, Michael Jepsen-Jensen turns his night around. That's an extraordinary ride from the man back in big-time Speedway after a massive... he's been nowhere. He's been in the wilderness for over 10 years. Jepsen-Jensen looking good. He joins Patrick Dudek and Brady Kurtz in the final. LCQ number 2, riders are at tapes. Jan Kvek, he's on the inside gate. He had the first choice here. And
if you're Jason Doyle, you're going to try and do what Jepsen-Jensen did, aren't you?
Yeah, he would do indeed. So the lineup. So gate 2 is Robert Lambert, gate 3 is Madsen, and off the outside is Doyle in the yellow helmet colour. Safe start, great start from Kvek. Kvek gets to the first corner in front. Madsen chops back to the inside, but his move is blocked by Kvek. Kvek's on the back wheel, pulling away. Robert Lambert with work to do in 2nd place. He's electing to go high and wide. Kvek's under pressure now because Lambert's going to have speed. And Lambert, stunning move from Lambert. He's finished 2nd in the last 2 Grand Prix, and this is a superb effort from him. Madsen's back in 3rd place. Doyle is out the back, but Robert Lambert qualified for the 27 series already. Super ride in LCQ2.
Yeah, great start from Jan Kvek, but you've got to say he made a mistake on the first lap. He stayed too low. He should have watched Jepsen-Jensen in the race before. That outside line where Lambert is, that's the place to be. Robert Lambert stretching his lead out in front. It's going to be another final for him. Great night for the British rider.
Superb ride from Robert Lambert. Has had to work hard this time. 15-point maximum, of course, and Melillo picked up 2nd place, and Lambert's in the final. Super ride from him, and his form continues. He has been in spectacular form in recent times. scored, he's finished second in the last 2 Grand Prix. He won comfortably in Terenzano in the GP Challenge just last weekend in Italy. And he's back in the final for the 3rd consecutive time here in Lodz tonight. Robert Lambert with a lovely ride around the outside of Kvek early on. He goes straight through to the final. Kvek in 2nd, Madsen in 3rd, and Jason Doyle. Those 3 riders miss out tonight. Their evening is over. We see it once again.
Yeah, Jan Kvek in the red helmet colour. He's the one that makes the start. But Robert Lambert, blue helmet colour, heads wide on the first bend, starts to build his momentum and his speed up. Keep your eye on him in the blue helmet colour, heads wide into that deeper, darker part of the track. He's going way faster than him, swoops past him down the back straight. This is him on the back wheel, over the finish line, full of confidence. Love to see it. Great ride from Robert Lambert.
Nice ride, and as a consequence, 3 finals in a row. He's searching for another win, isn't he? Desperate to get it. A little bit disappointed not to have won last time out when Anders Thompson did. He won all of his qualifying races, went into the final with a 15-point maximum, didn't quite manage to do so. Tonight has had to work a bit harder for his points, but that was a lovely ride. Got the laptop out. Let's have a look at the data. Let's download, see what we can do for the final.
Yeah, checking the telemetry there of the bike, getting some feedback.
It's cool, that, isn't it?
It is very cool.
What a ride from Jepsen Jensen. That was a brilliant first corner from him in LCQ1, wasn't it?
Yeah, very intelligent. Gate 4 has been poor. We spoke about it before the LCQs, and you've really got no chance of making it from there.
No.
And I think he had that in his mind and was ready for a big switchback. Ty Wolfenden used to do it on a regular basis, didn't he?
He did.
It was a great ride by him.
I'm sure this crowd has thoroughly enjoyed tonight. It's been a terrific event. And despite the fact that we've had the threat of the thunderstorms lurking in the background, we have enjoyed a great night, and it hasn't spoilt the proceedings. We've had to rush through the races, and you can understand why. We did have a lot of rain just before the evening got underway, but the covers were down. That saved the track, and I've got to say this has been a success. This venue, for the first time, it's staging a Grand Prix. So points handed out for riders missing out on the final tonight. Kvek picks up 12, Smarslik 11, that's important, we'll keep an eye on that. Leon Madsen 10, Kasper Verina 9, Max Frick 8. Can you believe Max Frick only comes away with 8 points when he was charging away, leading the Grand Prix earlier on tonight? Jason Doyle was 7, and Piotr Pawlicki on 6. Now, Bartosz Smarslik has scored 11 World Championship points. Kurtz is 5 points behind in the World Championship. A win would see him, lead the World Championship by 1 point, I think. And would it? Yeah, I think so. My maths is not always fantastic, but there is a chance here, a seriously good chance, that Brady Kurtz could be the championship leader at the conclusion of the night.
Yeah, that's correct. I think a first or a second will take him into the lead. Possibly a third. 16 points takes him level on points with Smarslik. So he'll be looking for, first or second here to grab the gold race jacket.
Yeah, so exciting times for Brady Kurtz, an opportunity to win his 2nd Grand Prix of the season. We've had 6 different winners in 6 rounds so far this season, and will we see for the first time somebody winning their 2nd Grand Prix here this year in 2026? It's getting nip and tuck, and there's no doubt with Robert Lambert also in the mix. He's in 3rd place, and he's going to strengthen his position in that position in 3rd in the world. Okay, now the gate picks and the gate selections for the final with Emma.
Cheers, Kelvin. Yeah, it is time for final gate selection, and we'll start with a man who's had a great evening so far here in Łódź, Patrick Dudek. Patrick, who goes for the white gate, gate number 3. Next up, Brady Kurtz. Brady goes for the red gate, the inside gate. Robert Lambert is next. Robert going for the blue gate, gate number 2. And finally, Michael Jepsen Jensen is left with the yellow gate, with the outside gate. That's it then for final gate selection. Good luck.
So there we go. This is the grand final here in round number 7 in the Motor Arena in Łódź tonight. And what a night it's been. And what a way to conclude it. Story so far before the final has to be the fact that Zmarzlik hasn't made his first, it's the first time he hasn't made the final in 2026. Brady Kurtz goes from the inside gate. Robert Lambert out of gate number 2. Patrick Dudek has had a terrific night tonight. He will go from gate number 3. And Michael Jepsen-Jensen, I think for the 3rd consecutive race, will go from gate number 4. And he won LCQ1 from there. He'll be fed up with gate number 4, I would think, but hey, if he can put it off again in that first corner, then who knows. But this man, I fancied him actually for tonight. I thought he'd make the final, and so it's proved. Better showing last time, and he's built on that, and he's ridden really well tonight, Patrick Dudek. This man, well, he knows what it's all about. Just missed out on the World Championship by 1 point in 2025, having won 5 consecutive Grand Prix, and looking to close in and lead the World Championship going into round number 8, which is just next weekend in Riga in Latvia. So we haven't got much time to wait before the next Grand Prix. And Michael Jepsen-Jensen looking to really consolidate himself in the top 4 in the world. But a win here, I'm sure he would be chuffed to bits. Absolutely chuffed to bits. Rebuilt his career back in the big-time Speedway. Jepsen-Jensen clearly belongs in Grand Prix, riding well.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge resurgence in form over the last couple of years. Looks really fast. And, you know, if he gets fresh air, you don't often see people catch him now. It'll be interesting to see. Will he look for that big cutback again from gate 4? You'd have to say.
Well,
that's option 2, I guess. Yeah. Option 1's make the start, but it's going to be tricky.
I think it's going to be very difficult for him to make the start from gate 4, Ollie, tonight. We haven't seen many riders do that. And it was a very clever first corner that he had, and he pulled off an LCQ number 1. Whether he can do it in the final is another matter. The other 3 riders are in absolutely sparkling form, and Kurtz has got better and better the longer the evening has gone on, and quite possibly is the favourite here for his 2nd win of 2026. Lambert looking for his first win. He's picked up 2 second places in the last 2 Grand Prix, and he's in terrific form, Lambert. Just didn't have great Grand Prix in the double-header in Manchester for rounds 3 and 4, but there's no doubt he has recaptured that early season form where we saw him make the final in Landshut in the opening round. Inside gate, it's all about Brady Kurtz, the man that could lead the World Championship going into round number 8 next weekend with a big performance here. Kurtz, Lambert, Dudek, Jepsen-Jensen from the outside. Here we go. Final time tonight. Tapes are up. Great start from Kurtz. He gets to the front, charges up the backing, but Jepsen-Jensen again. The door open, Lambert hits the front. Here comes Dudek coming through into the picture. Michael Jepsen-Jensen being forced out of it by Brady Kurtz coming round the outside. But Robert Lambert with a stunning move out of turn number 2 on the opening lap. Dudek's in the 2nd place. Kurtz working overtime. Is he going to get out the inside? No, not quite. But for Robert Lambert, on the cusp of his 2nd Grand Prix win here in Lodz tonight.
Yeah, what a first lap from Robert Lambert. Absolute carnage. Riders going everywhere, but Roberts looks so quick tonight. The riders can't get anywhere near him. He's stretching his lead out in front. Looks $1 million. Looks at home on the bike, letting the bike run deep into the corners. Goes so close to the airbags coming off the corner. Looks great. Looks set for his first GP win of the year.
Robert Lambert, what a ride. What form he's in, and he wins here in Lodz. He wins. Fabulous ride from Robert Lambert. Stunning move on the opening lap. Many congratulations to him. It means the world to him. 2 second places in the last 2 Grand Prix, but the big win here in round number 7. Stunning racing from him. Superb in LCQ, and the ride in the final out of the top draw. Only 3rd for Kurtz. Kind of lets Zmarzlik off the leash there a little bit. Tighten the World Championship, of course, as a consequence. But right now, Robert Lambert closing in on the top 2. with a stunning ride in the final and picks up the big win here in the Motor Arena in Łódź. Lambert wins, Dudek back in second place, Kurz in third, and Michael Jepsen-Jensen just misses out in the final, not on the rostrum tonight, with a 4th place and 14 points as a consequence. Great ride from Lambert. He has ridden superbly well. He's in vintage form right now, Robert Lambert. Last weekend, already confirmed for 2027 by winning the challenge. But I tell you what, he's got a bronze medal at least in this championship. 3 rounds to go. Lambert in the form of his life.
Yeah, really good ride from Robert Lambert. Looked great all night, had plenty of speed. Really, you get the impression he's coming of age now. Really looks the business, and he's putting pressure on the top 2. Another big story after that final is Kurz. He draws level on points with Smarslik, but has taken the lead in the World Championship. He takes the golden race jacket. They've had the same number of wins, but he's had more second places, I believe. So that's Brady Kurz, goes into the gold race jacket. But there's Robert Lambert, there's the first lap. There you see him pounce up the inside of everyone coming off the first bend. Brady Kurz involved in a duel with Dudek. But Robert Lambert, there he is. Finger in the air as he crosses the line. Fist pump, really pleased with himself. And there he is celebrating with his team. Yeah, and his wife there, Julia, over the moon. Great to see with the team celebrations there from the Lambert camp.
Robert Lambert has put himself right in championship contention.
Yeah,
he really has. And all of a sudden, this is a 3-horse race now for this World Championship with 3 rounds to go. Stunning form from the British rider. Remarkably consistent in the last 3 rounds, and picks up a wonderful win here tonight in Łódź in round number 7. Lambert picks up the big 20 points. Dudek on 18, good ride from him. Kurz on 16, as you say, is level on 109 points with Bartosz Smarslik, but leads the way courtesy of better results. Michael Jepsen-Jensen there with 14 World Championship points after a really good end to the night. He'll be disappointed not to be on the rostrum.
Yeah,
just missed out, but gate number 4 was always going to be a major challenge.
Yeah, it was, but it looked like he pulled it off coming off the first bend. There was riders throwing themselves all over the place that first time. Here's the World Championship standings.
Brady Kurz leads away on 109. Bartosz Smarslik right alongside him with 109 as well. But look at Lambert, only 8 points behind. Fantastic move from him. He has scored so many points of late. And the last 3 rounds have been very fruitful for the British rider. Michael Jepsen-Jensen on 80, Dudek on 69. Big move from Dudek, actually, to come into 5th place. And looking good for him. But right now, I'll tell you what, we've got Riga next weekend. Then we move on to Voyens and the conclusion in Torun. A 3-way fight for the World Championship.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, Brady Kurz, possibly looking for a win tonight, just couldn't quite pull it off. But nonetheless, the 5 points reduced to all square going into round number 8 next weekend. Yeah. This World Championship,
it's come alive, isn't it?
It has come alive, and it's up for grabs.
It is, yeah. You look at the rounds remaining, and Voyens, Robert Lambert's very good there. Torrens' his home track. You know, you look at the last 3 rounds, he's gonna like the look of that, I think. And it's gonna be...
Well, he'll relish it.
Yeah.
The confidence and the form is in.
Yeah.
You'd have to believe he's going to be, can't you?
Yeah.
And barring injury, Robert Lambert is very much in this championship now. You know, prior to this, you would suggest, yeah, a medal, but all of a sudden, just 8 points behind, 3 rounds to go. Well, anything is possible. Yeah. What a night. And what a night for the World Championship. It really does set it up beautifully with the 3 rounds remaining. Do hope you've enjoyed it at home. I know we have. Yeah. We've seen some pretty wild stuff at times. But let's get down to the centre green. Emma is down there with the winner, Robert Lambert.
Robert, huge congratulations. Your first win in 2 years. How are you feeling?
Oh, that's... yeah, it was a bit of carnage in the first corner, but yeah, after the first lap being in front was... something good, but also the race is not done. We've got Brady who loved to race the fence, and you know, Patrick's been great on the inside today, so I don't know what to do, which line to run, but yeah, just send out wide and hope for the best, and we kept on to it. Thank you.
I am alive. I want to congratulate Robert.
Huge congratulations and well deserved there from George Vegas. But look, all those things considered, Robert, you looked so comfortable out there.
Yeah, the last couple of meetings I had here has not been the greatest, but today the track was a bit different. I had the cover on and a few different spots of grip, so actually suited me pretty well.
You've already qualified, haven't you, for 2027. In yourself, does that mean that you can relax a little bit?
100%. You know, we was going to Terenzano thinking if it happens, it happens, and that will make my life easier for the rest of the GPs. But yeah, so there's no pressure there, and obviously now there's no pressure in the GPs for next year, so I'm just enjoying the rest of the meetings.
Robert, final question. Look, it was looking for a while like a 2-horse race. That is very much now a 3-horse race. You've closed that gap massively. Eyes on the prize?
You know, my goal stayed the same as at the beginning of the season, top 7. Obviously, that's adapted a little bit. You know, push for a medal, and we'll see what colour it is.
Robert, huge congratulations once again. Well done.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah, what a night for Robert Lambert, and as I say, the picture in the World Championship has changed quite remarkably with this stunning form that he's been on. 2 second places followed by a win, and the fact that he knows that he's already in the World Championship for 2027, just 8 points behind the 2 leaders in the championship. It's no doubt that it is a 3-horse race now. He's won in Boyens, which is round number 9. He fancies that, and he concludes the series, as you rightly say, in his home track in Torren. Not always a guarantee that you're going to do well, but there's no doubt when a rider's in this form, you just can't count them out. Brady Kurtz, 3rd tonight, gains 5 points back on Bartosz Marzlik, the world champion, who misses out in the final for the first time in 2026. Brady Kurtz, 3rd here this evening. Much improved performance from Patrick Dudek, the European champion, back in the Grand Prix in 2026. Moves into 5th place as a consequence of picking up the 18 points tonight. Much more like the Patrick Dudek we expect to see. Good riding from the Polish rider. But what a night it is for Robert Lambert. He's been in sparkling form, the form rider in the world right now. You have to say that. And he's into third. Well, he's in 3rd place, but he's just a few points behind the top 2. And Lambert has made himself a genuine World Championship contender. Well, I'm not going to attempt that, I'm afraid.
Go on, give it a go, go on.
Shudwerski. Yeah, this is... and the club chairman coming forward. Shudwerski. I'm sorry if I've absolutely crucified that. Yeah, but he clearly has enjoyed his night. And 3rd place for Brady Kurtz on the night. What a night it's been here in...
Incredible racing.
Yeah, it's been terrific stuff, and I must say it's been a fantastic atmosphere. They must be pleased with the way it's worked out, the crowd. So Richard Coleman comes forward, the CEO of Mayfield Sports Events, and presents Patrick Dudek, 2nd place. Brady Kurtz gets a handshake as well. Robert Lambert left hanging. But he does have the satisfaction of knowing that he's won the evening. We've got Zanowska coming forward, Hanna Zanowska, the mayor of Łódź, coming forward, accompanied by the president of the FIM, Jorge Viegas. We've got the great and the good here tonight, that's for sure. And Jorge Viegas clearly chuffed a bit with the evening. Big smiles all round. So many congratulations to the top 3 tonight. And it's been an extremely exciting night. So let's pause for the national anthem of Great Britain. a Grand Prix, a hugely proud moment, but for Lambert, hearing the national anthem blasted out, I'm sure a moment to remember. Richard Coleman coming forward again, the CEO of Mayfield Sports, the gold race jacket now changing hands. He takes over that role and that responsibility as the leader of the championship at the conclusion of tonight. Bartosz Marslik not at his best, you would suggest, let off the hook a little bit by the fact that Kurtz wasn't able to win the night at the conclusion of tonight. Bartosz Marslik not at his best, you would suggest, let off the hook a little bit by the fact that Kurtz wasn't able to win the night, but still, I must say, from the neutral perspective, with Lambert winning, and it tightens up the top three, what a conclusion to this championship we are in for now, with 3 rounds left in 2026. Really enjoyed tonight, and considering the threat of poor weather, the weather has behaved itself, and we've enjoyed, well, a terrific Grand Prix. And you've got to believe that everybody concerned with the promotion here must be really, really delighted with the way the evening's gone.
Yeah, excellent addition to this year's race calendar, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Can't fault the racing at all. Lovely stadium, nice town. It's been a very good night of Speedway.
Celebration time for the top 3. As I say, Patrick Dudek out there, who's had a disappointing campaign so far, has turned that around this evening with riders injured on the sideline, high-profile riders. Wildcards are going to be at a premium this year, and Patrick Dudek has moved himself onto 69 World Championship points and then is in 5th place. And that is a timely result for the European champion. Kurtz leads the way, courtesy of better results. And he now is on 109. Where's the gold race jacket? Smarslik, a night to forget for him, but still is right there with a chance of his 7th World Championship. Can he create that history here in 2026? Not a given, though. Not the night that Smarslik will remember particularly fondly, I think. He's had to really scrap, and at times had to get his elbows out, was a little bit naughty at times.
Yeah, across the line, I think. But that's desperate times call for desperate measures, and that's where he was at. He desperately needed those points at that point in the meeting. Had to get the elbows out and slam some doors.
Well, as the sole representative from Great Britain in the Grand Prix, the pressure hasn't really got to Lambert this year. He looks like a different guy. He was a bit more relaxed in Landshut for round number 1. And as a consequence, he has moved himself into a really encouraging and exciting position with the last 3 rounds coming. Of course, finished in 2nd in the world in 2024, behind Smarslik. Can he go one better and pick up his first World Championship in 2026? I don't think that's something they were considering even just a few short weeks ago. I really don't. But tonight, I've got to believe, they have to believe that it is a chance. That has to be going through their minds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's sort of turned on its head the last, well, tonight really, things have changed. You know, Smarslik doesn't look as unbeatable as he was.
He's been the most consistent rider in the world in the last 3 Grand Prix. 2 second places and a win. I mean, nobody can do better than that.
No.
And as a consequence, he's closed in rapidly on the top 2.
Yeah.
It's no doubt that he will have enjoyed that this evening. Won't have too much longer to reflect on it, because a lot of these guys are racing tomorrow in Poland, in the Polish league here. But for now, here in Łódź, Lambert, the night belongs to him. He's got media duties, of course. There's his wife, certainly chuffed to bits with the better half. So I do hope that you have enjoyed tonight. It's been a wonderful spectacle here for round number 7 in the Motor Arena in Łódź. Please join us in just 7 short days' time when we move on to round number 8 in Riga. And for the moment, from Ollie and myself, it's good night, and I hope you've enjoyed it.
Polskim akcentem w postaci drugiego miejsca Patryka Dudka.
как мне покажите, милого сберегите. Молюсь за тебя, чтоб живой воротился домой. Твои ангелы рядом, ты знаешь, что они за спиной. Среди зла или тьмы пусть твой путь будет